All right, and we're live here, Collector Arthouse with Tom Hade. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, sir.
Last name. From Curio Cavern is the name of your LGS, or would you say, is that the name of like your company? Because you have stores under a different name, right? So what is your actual company name versus your different retail locations?
Well, it's all Curio Cavern, but we started
Oh,
going by the nickname Curio for some of the more recent signage, and it's just easier to refer to it that way. I like how it sounds, and surprisingly fitting for anything related to sorcery.
yeah, that's funny. So I saw you talking in the sorcery community Facebook group because I was what was the topic we were talking about? I did a video recently, and we'll get into this topic at some point. But I did a video about, does sorcery need to print more Gothic into the growing demand of the game? And let's table that for a minute. But you were talking about, you had a different opinion than I did. But you said, I
Sure.
think you started your, did you start your first store around like 2011 timeframe? Did I get that right?
Yep. Yeah, January 3rd, 2011.
Okay. So you started, okay, 2011, January 3rd. Wow. So you're 15 years in. That's amazing. You said 15-year anniversary. Did you celebrate that?
Yeah, we did a thing at the original store, which is the Loisdale Shopping Center in Springfield, Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. Springfield, Virginia. I think that's the one that I met you at for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. Because there
Yeah,
was,
that's the one you bought all the artwork to.
yeah. So there's like a frame shop. I don't know if you know this guy, Philip, is in the area.
Yeah, Athena
Philip
Framing,
Cho.
right?
Yeah. So he introduced me to that framer right across the street from you. So I had been going there for a while. And then I think one of your employees had, it was around when Arthurian Legends came out, and he opened like, I want to say in like 5 boxes, he got 2 of the gilded curios. It was like
Yeah.
some insane odds. And
Yeah,
he was like,
Kevin. Yeah.
yeah, Kevin, yeah. So he
Very
was like,
lucky.
"Yeah, you got to come by the store. This guy Tom's awesome. It's a great store. All this stuff." So I was like, "Oh yeah, that's like actually in the malls, like literally across the street from the strip mall where the frame shop is." And I got my Keith Era done there, and the Ring of Morgan, and this one actually really all my he's done all of mine except I bought a couple of these pre-framed. But otherwise, he's done like several pieces, and I brought him into the store one time, and you were doing a that was pretty early on, like a couple of years ago. You were doing a learn to play, and I remember there's like a handful
Yep.
of people in your store getting their first exposure. I brought some foil uncut sheets too, and showed them to the guys. I don't think they could appreciate the gravity of it because they were literally knew nothing about sorcery at that time.
Yeah, it was
But
all newbies that day.
yeah, so 15 years ago, first store. Now, how many do you have in total now?
So I've got 6 curios and 1 SEO, and SEO is kind of curio adjacent. It's like take the hobby shop concept and transplant it into the art world a little more. So we have a lot of local art that we support and put up on the walls, almost like a gallery space. But we also support tabletop gaming, board gaming, miniature gaming. And with miniatures, the building and painting the models very
Yeah.
artistic in a sense.
Yeah, I was impressed when I came in there because that was a large store. Is that the one that's in the Springfield Mall?
Yep, one of the
Okay.
two that are in the Springfield Mall.
Oh, that's right. You got 2 stores in there. Wow. So, like, what your first one was in the one on Lois Dale Lane, is it?
Rosedale, yeah.
That's like in a strip mall, right? A smaller kind of strip mall. But it's
Yep.
off like the main road down there in Springfield. Are all your other stores in like mainstream shopping malls? Or are they similar, a mix of strip malls and shopping malls?
It's a mix of strip malls and shopping malls. So I've got, let's see, 3 in strip malls and 3 inside of shopping malls.
Okay.
And then SEO is also in a shopping mall.
So I'm curious, like, because I want to say over the years, the more LGSs I see tend to be part of strip malls and not mainstream shopping malls. Does like one model work better than the other?
Hmm. I would say for the average hobby shop, a strip mall will work better.
Hmm.
That's particularly because it is a destination business. People will come out to see you, so usually that
Yeah.
means you can capitalize on having cheaper rent in a strip mall. Even a warehouse district kind of concept, you can still easily take advantage of destination-based shopping. When I started doing the shopping mall locations, I was able to open the doors to a whole different demographic of customer type, the sort of window shopper, kind of folks. So at that point, you can start trying new things like plushies and
Uh,
cute items of decoration and some of the more uh, accessory based um, items that appeal to all genders. So like keychains, stickers, that kind of stuff, wall
hmm,
scrolls. Um, it's like a whole new world of products and diversifying, and it's a lot more work to pull it off, but it's also very rewarding. And I like existing in both of those kinds of concepts, and I also have been thinking about other kinds of concepts entirely different than those. Um, and
hmm.
maybe a story for a future video.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's exactly what I was thinking because when you think about like an LGS and TCGs, people go there that are already familiar with the games and they go there with intent and purpose versus like you say, in a shopping mall, you get all types of different demographics and people and interests. So that's pretty interesting to hear that it makes perfect sense that different product lines would resonate more broadly with that type of market.
And
Are you
I
yeah,
would
go
say
ahead.
shopping malls are also the best way to get new people into the games. You're not going to
Okay.
get a lot of walk by traffic in a strip mall and
Yeah.
shopping mall. You're going to have a lot of people looking and be like, "Oh, what is this?" And come into our mysterious but amazing land of wonder and learn about all these cool things where we've got people crowded on tables playing games together. That's almost unheard of outside of the hobby shop environment in a lot of modern day, um, not just retail locations, but like locations in general. You see less and less of that, and I mean, that's what it's all about is giving people that third place, that home away from home kind of concept where you're like fully catering to communities and building communities. And being inside the shopping malls, it's like it's a nice place to really introduce everybody to it. And I like the idea of we can show everybody in the shopping mall, and then from there they can branch out to the other curio locations that we have and try different environments because we're trying to kind of curate. Each store has its own identity in a sense
Hmm.
for like the games it's catering to. There is cross pollination, but that's the
Yeah.
general gist of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know a lot of store owners that have 6 or 7 locations. That's pretty I was really shocked when you told me that. I thought that lowest out one was like your only one. And then I started seeing like your logo and your signs at the one in Manassas, like across from the kids like playground store where I take my
Billy
kids.
Bees,
Billy
yeah.
Bees, yeah, that's it. We go there every so often. It's literally like like you look out the window and it's across the hallway in the mainstream mall. So did you
Yeah.
start like how did you even get into like your first store when you started in 2011? Was that like your first job out of school or how did you stumble
No,
into it?
no. uh, I have been working for a while before that.
Okay.
My first job was Starbucks, and I was
Okay.
just your basic barista. And Um, I liked making people happy. I like being in a service-based industry, but I quit that job on the day when I was assaulted by a swarm of fruit flies from the cupboard underneath the espresso machine because someone left the Frappuccino mix top off with
Oh
the
man.
door to the fridge ajar. And I grew up going to hobby shops ever since I was a kid.
Mhm.
I was your typical nerdy kid, not fitting in very well, and didn't have a lot of friends. I was incredibly shy, and
Mm.
going to the hobby shop was like my weekly mecca. It was where I went to really feel like I belong and just felt a sense of being both accepted and protected by the community that I was a part of.
Mm.
And I knew that that would be my dream job someday to give that to people, but it remained a pipe dream for the longest time. And then I got a somewhat cushiony job as a security officer, not good pay, but it was easy. I could do whatever I wanted to do and make the rounds and sit at a desk. And I got so bored I was creating riddles. Um, and actually I got those published in the WashingtonPost.com back in like 2010. And I was proud of that, but I was not proud of my job. And then I
Yeah.
learned I was going to become a father,
Mm.
and at that moment, I was like, I gotta do something more with my life. I gotta actually like really try to get out there and make my dreams come true. And so I pulled the trigger and didn't have much saved up, but opened the first shop, put my whole magic collection into it. And,
Yeah.
I've been collecting since I was a kid, so that certainly helped a lot. But had
Hmm.
enough to like maybe cover expenses for the first 6 months, and I was working 110-hour weeks,
Wow.
just me, open to close every day. But through that blood, sweat, and tears, it really worked out.
Yeah.
It was all about just people coming in and looking at every person as a potential new friend. Um,
Mm.
and before I knew it, I had a lot of people just hanging out and really just enjoying their time. And there's a couple things I vowed to myself. One, that I was never ever gonna charge people to just sit down and play at the tables. I always want that to be free. The moment you do that, you eliminate that concept of you're welcome here. You don't
Yeah.
I don't want people to feel like they have to spend money to hang out. The hope
Mm.
is that if they enjoy it, then they patronize, but I don't want anybody to feel like there's a pressure of that. And it's just come here and make yourself at home. And
Yeah.
I think that's why it's been successful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I now you say that, I feel that vibe when I walk into your stores. It does seem pretty chill and welcoming and unintimidating. Sometimes I feel like when you go into LGS or a hobby shop, like some of these like these big ones, like blowout cards and stuff, it feels like a little more of an aggressive culture, a little awkward at times. Some of the
You
employees
know,
give that vibe too. You're a really chill, low key kind of guy. So maybe that's
I
part
don't
of
want
it.
to disparage any of my competitors. I think they
Yeah.
all are doing wonderful things in ways that are unique.
Yep.
But yeah, my goal is very much to be as welcoming and inviting and appreciative of
Hmm.
customers. And I wouldn't really want to even call them customers, just members of the community.
Yeah.
Like I want to see everybody as a potential, just permanent new addition to community in a beautiful way.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So you came from Magic. That's pretty cool. Like how people that were into Magic early had pretty valuable collections, and you kind of sold some and parlayed it into leaping into business. Did you have a business background, or did you just kind of take a leap of faith and they figured it
No,
out on the
no,
job?
sir. I had heart and hope,
Yeah.
and that's all.
That's awesome. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Again, to grow to like 7 stores is unheard of. A lot of people just kind of lean into one or two stores, or do like one brick and mortar footprint and then do some online stuff. But I think when I was talking to you, you don't do you not do a lot of online business typically? You're predominantly dedicated
Not
to in-store experience?
not a whole lot. I'm trying to slowly grow that. We have our website, curiocavern.com, and we got some
Okay.
stuff on there we sell,
Hmm.
not a ton of stuff. And we have been doing some singles on a TCG store, but I had the benefit of being able to see other people choosing the path of trying to go really hard into the online world, specifically for like card singles. And you will turn a profit at that, especially if you're
Hmm.
throwing them all up on TCG Player or
Yeah.
maybe even eBay. But your margins are going to be so low, and it's actually very hard to refill those inventories. And
Hmm.
I was playing. I'm always going to be shooting for the long goal, and that's the long goal is I want to have as much of an inventory of cards as I can for when the players are coming and looking for cards for their decks. I really want to be able to facilitate their requests as best I can. And if I'm throwing everything online, then I'm going to run out of my inventory pretty quickly. And it
Yeah.
might be like a nice initial cash infusion, but I don't think it's the best long term strategy.
Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting segue into sorcery, because that was what I was alluding to earlier. How the supply in sorceries feels a bit erratic. Like you can get it initially at release, and I mean we have a small sample size because it's only like you had beta, Arthurian Legends, Dragon Lord was kind of an anomalous situation, and then Gothic, and each time it was a little different. But it seems like you get a bunch at release, and then all of a sudden it dries up, and there's like you could get nothing
Mm.
from distribution. I keep hearing rumors PhD like every once in a while will have a little more supply. One of the others hasn't since debut. Kind of heard that secondhand, but it's kind of like you have this dry period, and then there's a restock at some point. It seems they're releasing it in waves. But how do you deal with that? The whole dynamic of like having inventory singles and or sealed, when you run out of product, is that just like disciplined by the store owner? Now you kind of know the rhythm and you pace that initial supply, or do you see that as like an issue as you're trying to feed a player base or expose people to the game.
It's very complicated. It's never going
Hmm.
to be perfect. No one's ever going to hit it right on the nose. And I think a world where supply is exceeded by demand is the one you want to be in for a successful product.
Yep.
If supply exceeds demand, then you have a really bad situation, especially the longer that goes on. I think Star Wars Unlimited is a pretty ideal example. I don't even want to use the word ideal to describe a situation like this, but if you look at Star Wars Unlimited, like Twilight of the Republic, their third set, supply grossly exceeded demand,
Hmm.
and the boxes plummeted so deeply that they were cheaper to get them secondhand than they were to get them from the distributor. And
Hmm.
that's a really rough spot to be in.
Yep.
It's very hard to hit the nail on the head, and I think it's good to be conservative. Um, the post you're referring to, uh, so my concept about like what it means for a TCG to be successful, especially like a newer one,
Hmm.
is that the MSRP should be a little bit exceeded by what the boxes are actually going for on the secondary market. Then it's investable. If the boxes are going for like well under the MSRP, but still at least a little bit above the distribution cost, it's
Hmm.
okay. You see that with Magic. Pretty much all play boxes for Magic, and prior to that, all draft boxes, they would be like a little bit above cost. And that was because Magic had this, long-standing tradition of expected allocations, and you can ask for a lot and probably get a lot and that kind of thing. But that's not where I would like Magic to be. And for
Yeah.
any given TCG, I would like it to be that a product comes out, you can pre-order it at under MSRP, but just a little, and have that feel like to the customer that's a fair deal.
Hmm.
Um, and then as the product's been out for a little bit, maybe like a couple months, you start to see it go up in value, especially as you get into like the 6 to 8 month period. You want the sealed product to be slightly increasing in value to a point where it gets a little above MSRP to show that it is collectible, that it is a dwindling finite supply to some extent. And yes, there are some expectation of like a reprint wave coming, but I think the reprint waves need to be um, titrated. They need to be
Yeah.
not massive. They need to be dripped into the supply bit by bit. Otherwise, you can have like really big swing course corrections. Anytime you have a big swing course correction, that's when people get scared and people pull out, people unload. That's when you get stores where they're like, "Oh, the inventory we were sitting on, we're now going to unload at cost," and then that messes up the market, messes up
Yep.
everything, and people panic. Um,
But on
becomes
that
a
point
fire
of
sale.
chasing the supply, I'm wondering if you could speak. I don't know if you could speak on it or not, or have insight into it. Is that a creator's decision to pace the supply, or does distribution really control how much they release and when? Or do you think it's a mix of both, perhaps?
Oh, I think it's almost entirely the
Okay.
manufacturer's decision. Um,
Yeah.
I think distributors, when they get the product in, they're wanting to get rid of it. I don't think the distributors want to play the game of let's hold a bunch back and slowly make it available.
Sure.
Um, I think overall, like as a distributor business, you have a warehouse for so many games and products. You have finite space. You don't want to like be hoarding stuff. At least I'm speaking from conjecture. I don't know truly their business model, but I imagine
Mhm.
that they also really want to support the stores as best they can.
Okay.
And that's what I've experienced is that there's distributors generally really want to especially support the stores that are doing like organized play. It
Yep.
seems to be how allocations are more weighed towards those stores that are actually trying to run the events and support the events. And I think that's a healthy way it ought to be.
Yeah. Well, actually, on that point, because I wanted to rewind back as you started going down a path, I was surprised you went right to valuation of the product as the measure of success. Because the premise that I was going after when I kind of made this video recently about my theory that not having any supply for these stretches of time is detrimental is because like early on you had a massively successful Kickstarter debut. Then the follow-up set beta was highly anticipated, very high demand because people are starting to learn about the game that missed the Kickstarter, and then that product was accessible. Alpha like really skyrocketed in price, so beta became the accessible product for players. Arthurian Legends kind of had mixed results and whatnot, but then through marketing last year, they started doing partnerships with TCG Player, and then they started having more robust organized play opportunities through Star City Games and their network of conventions. And then the community really started doing a lot of events. So there was a lot of growth in the game, certainly like in the past 6 months, let's say, leading into Gothic, and then definitely after Gothic, it was very well received. Seems like a lot of new players are coming in, and now after this first wave, there's no product. So my worry was if Gothic was successful and you had this big marketing push, and now a lot of people are starting to find out about the game, like new stores, right? Fans and
Mhm.
stores. They're going to their LGS. They're saying like, "Hey, I'm interested in sorcery." Sorcery calls the couple of distributors, or I mean, the store calls the couple of distributors that carry sorcery, and they have no inventory till who knows when,
Yeah.
until Eric's Curiosa decides to release more, right? So there's like a missed opportunity cost of onboarding those new stores until you can have more stable supply from the distributor to be able to get it and expose people to it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think there's some good fixes to a situation like that when you've got a new store coming in, and they want to get the product. And I
Hmm.
think Eric's Curiosa has done a bit of that fixing with the new organized play material that includes the box of beta, the box of Arthurian Legends, and the special promos. The fact that
Yeah,
there are boxes and sealed product in that, and a new store can come in and prove, hey, we're trying to get events going. Eric's Curiosa can ship them like one or two of those, and that is
yeah, the
like
welcome kit. Yeah, that was a
the
good move.
welcome kit. Yeah, yeah, that's like a
Right.
really, really amazing infusion into getting the community started. When you
Yep.
say there's no product available, I mean you're speaking specifically about available at distribution level,
Yes.
and you're always going to have a point of that in any TCG that doesn't have a history of like 3 year. Well, I don't want to say 3 years worth of sets because sorcery technically has 3 years worth of sets, but
Yeah.
like 20 sets. If you have
Right.
20 sets, you're going to have some kicking around, but most newer TCGs aren't going to have like constant availability of product. um Thinking of like Grand Archive. That's one that is a really amazing TCG, and the availability of the
Yeah.
product is greatly exceeded by the demand for several of their sets, and it's a booster box kind of game,
Yep.
and there's none available at distributor level. But like if you look on like the online market, TCG Player, eBay, you'll find tons of boxes available for purchase. Um, from the customer standpoint for sorcery,
Hmm.
and for a store that wants to get into it, they can also be buying collections. They can go hunt for collections. That's a lot more boots to the pavement kind of work. It's more effort, but
Yep.
there are angles of attack, and um, if they're doing that, plus they're getting the welcome kits, um,
Hmm.
there are options. But I get what you're saying. It is not a situation I've really seen before where a manufacturer's been able to say like this product right here is only available for each new account that wants to get a handful.
Right.
Um, and in general, if you look at the total accounts trying to acquire the product of a release, the new accounts they're trying to get in are certainly going to be a lot more rare than the total number of existing accounts that are already pre-ordering the product. And usually, pre-ordering the product is the way the system works. You pre-order the
Okay.
product, you get in on the pre-order, and that's sort of the understanding. So if you have a store getting in right now that wants to get into sorcery, it's more like, okay, that's wonderful that you want to get in, but get in on the pre-order for the next thing, or be ready to get in on the pre-order for the next thing when it's announced. And that's how
Okay.
you get in. So there's a little bit of patience required. But generally, if you're in on the pre-order for something, and all these distributors are like looking at their pre-orders, they're going to try to get as many of the accounts that are pre-ordered happy, or trying
Yep.
to, get them product. They're just gonna spread it a little more when more people come in to pre-order it.
Yeah. Yeah, one. So that what you said there made me think of some of the counter arguments that I was hearing from just fans. Like I don't know. I don't run an LGS myself, so I don't know that aspect of the business as closely as you do, obviously. But I do at the pulse of the community through the community group and the discords and stuff. I've been very active in that for a long time, so I hear all the chatter of like people's theories on things and stuff. And one of the counter arguments to my thought that maybe the waves need to be a little quicker on something like Gothic as we're having this big growth cycle, as people were saying, if a store didn't get in on the pre-order, then screw them. They didn't want to take the risk, so they shouldn't have access to product. But I think that misses the point that there is an aggressive growth cycle. There are a lot of stores just hearing about it over the since the pre-release. So how do you
Yeah,
address those
it's a newer
stores?
thing. I
It's a
think
mixed
that
bag.
allowing those stores to kind of like get in on back orders essentially, so that when
Yeah,
the restock wave comes, they can get some. I think in general, the healthiest approach is the restock waves are more frequent but less big,
right.
and so that way they're
Pace it.
getting a little bit. And,
Yeah.
and like a new store that wants to get in on it, they're usually not going to try to get a ton. They just want like a case.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the point I was trying to make. I guess I didn't articulate it well in my video because I'm not suggesting overprint and like risk plummeting the price on the secondary market, but just pace it slowly and a little more continuously instead of having long stretches and gaps of nothing available for months. Or certainly like another theory that was floated around beta is like the precons were sold out like pretty quickly and it was really hard to get precons. So everyone was like, well, why wouldn't you just have
Yeah.
those always available? Or like maybe you just I don't know. It's not you can't completely isolate that product because it's the same cards as the core set, so you can't like print a ton of those either, really, without diluting the non-foil secondary market values. So there's a bit of a balance, but it just seemed to like even those are a little tricky, and that's really the onboarding, learn to play type product.
I do agree. Smaller restocks, more frequent,
Yeah,
is the best. I think that probably requires logistically Eric's Curiosa to have like a good like warehouse where they can store the product, because they're
yep,
not going to order it that way from the manufacturer. That's just not how it's going to work at the manufacturer level. They're going to get the best cost effective manufacturing of their product when they do a larger total bulk order, and then they would have to store it in the warehouse and slowly release it. And maybe that they're newer means they just don't have that kind of infrastructure in place yet.
yeah. I think that is exactly right because it seemed like from Arthurian, I don't know. There's theories that with Arthurian Legends, they went to more like inventory storage instead of just direct from the manufacturer to distribution. It's all a bit speculative, but in any case, let's pivot a little bit to like how you have all these store locations, right? So what is like was your bread and butter Magic, or do you try to dabble in like a lot of indie TCGs? How did you get into sorcery, and to what level are your stores kind of invested in sorcery and seeing interested fans coming in to actually play the game or collect?
Well, my bread and butter are old school Magic, Star Wars CCG, the Decipher one from 1996, the Lord of the Rings TCG, also by Decipher, and then some very niche ones, Aliens, Predator CCG I collect, but I've never actually found people to play it with, and I hope to someday because Aliens is just my favorite movie of all time. All my tattoos are alien themed.
Oh, is that right?
Uh,
Nice.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but old school Magic is what, um, and I imagine for most people, really captured my interest
Yeah.
for sorcery, seeing the similarities there,
Hmm.
seeing art where you almost knew instinctually that art is by someone that I've seen long ago. Like
Yeah.
for sorcery beta, it was the horse. Oh, was that
Benson,
Melissa
Melissa
Benson? Yeah,
Benson.
Melissa Benson.
Yeah, Melissa
Um,
Benson, Jeff Menges, Drew Tucker. They have that throwback Magic style through and through for sure.
yeah. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
Nightmare.
The Pegasus you're
Um,
talking about, probably, right? For the horse?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and Nightmare was her original,
Oh, right.
Magic the Gathering art that was like an homage to.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah,
and
it's funny because
so
I drew that comparison and she schooled me. She's like, "Those are 2 different breeds of animal." I was like, "Really?"
Oh,
I
really?
was like, "I didn't know that." Yeah, it's
Okay.
kinda funny. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I did this whole
Yeah.
comparison chart. I'll have to show you, like, this graphic I made comparing the 2 and saying, like, "This is not nightmare. This is different because of the species is XYZ."
Huh. I also have to say that the art of the booster pack, with
Mhm.
sorcery as the name of the
Yep.
product, they really
Mhm.
knocked it out of the park with that. It's such so perfect. Like sorcery, TCG, it is such a iconic name choice that I'm very surprised that it had never been plucked before for
Yeah.
something like this or something slightly adjacent. And that like hooded no face spellcaster with a book of spells.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what magic was supposed to be. If you look at the back of a magic card, it's a book, and it
Uh-huh.
stopped feeling like your deck is a book uh ever since they went to the new frame, I would argue, in like
Yeah.
eighth edition or whatever. So with
Mm.
sorcery, it felt like, oh, this is all fitting together so well. And then once I started learning about the gameplay concept, that particularly appealed to me from my appreciation for Star Wars CCG, because in Star Wars CCG you are playing locations that are building the world that your characters interact with, both like planet like ground sites and then the actual systems. So you have your like characters like Luke Skywalker battling Han Solo on the ground, and you have
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon battling like Devastator in space at Tatooine or
Okay.
something like that. And so sorcery having that sort of board game element to it was really, really um, perfect, because
Yeah.
one of the things about Magic that always felt like it slightly missed the mark is your lands. Like, they just kinda go wherever, and they don't really interact with anything. You just go to the side and you tap them, and they're
Yeah.
just you stack them, and they're just pointless over there, pointlessly
Mhm.
stacked, and you
Hmm.
can almost just represent it by, like, a dice. But, I mean, it's not as aesthetically designed,
Right.
and I almost didn't even truly realize that until I saw how Sorcery was using their lands or their sites.
Yeah.
And when I
Mm.
saw that, I was like, "Oh, man, that's what Magic should have done all along." And so
Yeah.
they
That's
really
interesting.
it was really wise the way they designed that.
Yeah, I never thought about that too. They're just kinda sitting there like an aura. You have the mana aura just kind of, like, around, but it's not interconnected with the cards. In sorcery, it's very literal, where you have minions and things on the sites or under the sites.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool, man. So how is the have you been in since the Kickstarter, or did you discover the game a little later?
Later, I discovered it with beta. I think it was, one of my distributors was doing a solicitation for pre-orders on beta booster boxes and the precons,
Hmm.
and I was really curious about it. I was like, "Oh, this actually looks pretty cool," and that's when I started, like, diving into what the game's all about, and, I
So how
fell in
did
love
they
with it pretty
do
quick.
this? That's interesting. Like, how did the distributors do the solicitation? Do they just expose LGS owners to new, like, startup
Oh,
games that they're trying
it's
to move?
just an email chain
Okay.
of, like, here's new products coming down the pipeline, we're collecting pre-orders for these items, and here's, like, some of the details.
Yeah, so you saw, like, the booster box design and some of the art, and that kinda resonated with you, so you started looking into it a bit and thought it was appealing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. And then, so you started like, how is it what kinda traction are you getting across your different 6 store locations?
For sorcery?
Yeah, or do you have, like, certain location you said, like, some of your stores have more of a focus in different games and stuff. I Is sorcery kinda
Yeah.
widespread, or is it more picking up in certain regions more than others?
Yeah, I'm not trying to do it in every single store,
Okay.
trying to, like, space it out. On the East Coast, we've got it going, um, humbly but decently at our Centerville location. That's Thursday nights at, like, roughly 7 PM, but some of us show up closer to, like, 5:36, and some people show up closer to 7:30, and this more of, like, a chill,
Mm,
casual, just enjoy playing games together kind of vibe.
okay.
And I'll be trying to curate a scene pretty soon at the newest store in Baltimore, well, west of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Maryland. I was going to do that on Wednesday nights, but the mall hours have been a little bit tricky. That I'm probably going to shift that to Saturdays during the day. We haven't
Mm.
solidified that. And then out on the West Coast, we have a curio in Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, and
Mm.
we've got such a wonderful, beautiful sorcery scene going there of a lot of
Yeah.
amazing players who are like I keep hearing wonderful things about them from the staff, and I hope to visit the community and play some games with them sometime this year. And it's really popping over there. Like we're really
Yeah.
capturing the scene very well.
How did you yeah, I'm curious. And is that a newer store location? When did you open that one?
Washington,
Yeah.
this was, last summer.
So you have, like, 5 of your stores are between Virginia and Maryland at this point, mostly Virginia and then the
Yep.
one up Baltimore area. How did you decide to expand out into Washington? Do you have a contact out there that runs the store? Or, like, seems like a
Yeah,
big region.
so Keenan is such an amazing individual, and Keenan was the manager of my Springfield Mall Curio, and,
Oh,
he's a Washington State native, or I don't
oh,
know if actually born there, but I know that he lived there. I imagine he's probably born there, the way he talks about his love of that place. And he really wanted to move back there, and he really liked what he was doing, being a manager of Curio. And he's like, "Hey, maybe we can make this work." And I'm like, "You've got the passion. If anyone can do it, you're the guy that can do it. Let's do it." And so we pulled the trigger, and
wow.
it's been a pretty amazing ride to see that store come into fruition and grow. And we've got such a amazing scene for sorcery there, for Grand Archive. I think we're
Mm,
probably one of the biggest stores there for Grand Archive in the entire state.
mm.
I don't want to be too braggadocious. I'm just really proud
Yeah.
of the community there, and we're trying to branch out into other games as well, and getting Pokemon and Magic, and yeah, it's just I'm really it's he's putting his identity, imbuing his identity into the store, and that's the way it ought to be.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's impressive. So, like, what do you think about, like, where sorcery's at? And, actually, let me ask you, like, what do you think about the once per year release model as an LGS owner?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think I
That's
think
funny.
two to three sets a year, I would
Yeah.
feel pretty content with. Probably ideal for me is 3 to 4 sets,
Okay.
and this is like long time exposure to Magic, doing 1 set a quarter and knowing that that recipe has worked pretty well. Sorcery
Yeah.
sets being bigger, I do like bigger sets, that's pretty awesome. So if it was 3 sets a year and each set was like 300 plus more cards, that would feel like the right sort of balance of like, they're asking a lot of patience by doing 1 set a year,
Yep.
and I highly value patience, and it means a lot to me the older I get, um,
Mhm.
and despite that appreciation of the value of patience, I also I I really, really want to have more sorcery and more stuff going. And if the patience is because they're working so diligently hard on designing these sets and the cards and everything, then okay, I'll swallow that pill and wait extra patiently. But
Yeah.
if there are logistical issues that are causing that, or maybe like some unforeseen issues with like the printers being so full of other TCGs or something like that, then that's just a darn shame
Yeah,
because
no, it's not though, because like, I could tell you, I've been involved in sorcery since at least 2 years before it even came to market in the Kickstarter, maybe 3 years, and from the very beginning, they were always dead set on one release per year by design. That was their approach, and,
mm,
it's kinda interesting because, like, the way you explain it and I feel that too, because I kinda have, like, a business element related to sorcery I just kinda fell into over time, and there's pros and cons to it for sure because interest can wane, and it's also kind of sad as like a community member. You see some of your friends like lose interest, they'll disappear for 6 months and then they'll come back for the next release. But
mhm,
they're people we talk to all the time. You don't want to see them go away for half a year. But it's like this
yeah,
dichotomy because, like, from a business and store owner, that's pretty difficult to try to retain interest for that amount of extended period of time. But like, I'll give you like the average player and collector experience. I called this guy this morning because I just like met him on my Discord. He just started like bidding on one of my auctions, and it turned out he lives in Poland, and he was telling me like he's really been into Magic and some of these other like indie games recently, and he just discovered Sorcery, and he was like, I'm loving this once per year concept, because he was so burnt out from Magic, and he was like, I can't constantly play enough or spend enough, like I because he wants to collect the high end cards and have a valuable collection. He's like, I can't
Yeah.
afford to like keep collecting the high end cards for every set every 3 months. It's just not viable. So I love this idea of like, it gives me a whole year to kind of explore the set and slowly accumulate the foils, or he wants to go after the curios and artist proofs and altars and things like that, and he has a whole year to kind of pace his spending, instead of just feel like you're constantly drowning and keeping your head above water before the next set releases at that breakneck pace. So I think you're right though, like 2 to 3 maybe is a good like maybe 2, let's say, every 6 months. That almost feels to me like the right balance between allowing the fans to enjoy the set, explore the set, collect the set at a financially viable pace, and also not get bored and drift and lose interest and maybe or maybe not come back. That's a big risk. And it's hard for a store too that doesn't have something fresh and new to market to people and try to retain interest and try to capture the interest of newcomers and then keep them.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's well said.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting dynamics, and it's still in that feeling out period because it's only a few sets in. So I don't know. So it's going to be interesting because last year was almost anomalous in a way, I feel, because he had this big beta set. A lot of people missed the Kickstarter. Beta was like their alpha, right? Their first exposure to Sorcery. 400 cards. Then you have Arthurian Legends, 220 cards. Interestingly, it was designed for a draft play format, which it seemed like they printed a lot more of that, so maybe that works for that, because you need sealed product to be able to play draft format instead of constructed. But it was a small set, right? So people got satiated very quickly on the collecting end, and then the valuations kind of waned, and that was a little detrimental. So now you have Gothic. This was a super popular debut. How long will this last? Will this bridge the full year, or will we hit like a big lull after 6 months? I wonder. I think we're going to do a lot of learning in 2026, what that dynamic's really like.
Yeah, I think it's also going to come down to how many big events there are for Sorcery, what the
Yeah.
zenith looks like for the competitive player versus the casual. Because casual players, just have fun jamming games with the cards and mixing up different combos and deck strategies. But the competitive players are the ones I would be more worried about losing interest if the meta feels stagnant to them.
Yeah.
It does feel like Eric's Curiosa is on top of banning or errataing things when they need to, because they've been doing that. And I don't I wouldn't agree with every single one that they've done, but I would agree with the more majority of the bannings and or erratas that they've done. I think the Druid one was a little heavy-handed, and I imagine most people think that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I like where everything else is at
Okay.
regarding that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because it was marketed as a casual TCG game. And initially they were pretty hardcore about that. I don't know if you know the history, but like initially they were communicating to fans that they weren't even going to do TCG player. They're like, this is going to be like a truly like initial. So let's take a step back from that. First, like Eric said, no foils. It's going to be pure old school. It's going to be just like original Magic, all non-foils. He wasn't really into foils in early days, so at first he was going to do that. Then he goes to the opposite extreme. Every single card has a foil variant, and that kind of caters to modern day sensibilities and people wanting to chase high end cards and differentiating that from the non foils collectors versus players or hybrid. Some people want to play with the flashy cards. And then it went to, it was like a casual kitchen table TCG. So they weren't going to be in TCG player. They wanted to grow organically. They wanted people to discover the game by going to the LGS, seeing the awesome box design, like you touched on earlier, seeing the amazing art, and just through word of mouth, they're like, wow, what is that game? They naturally discover it. Then they kind of flipped on that. They leaned into TCG player. That becomes a marketing partner. And now they're like TCG players writing articles and advertising on their website and stuff. And then they went from casual kitchen table TCG play. So like you're playing at home, you're playing at the LGS. And then they rolled out this structured tournament circuit. So that was also like another big cultural pivot, I feel, where they said, actually, maybe somewhat like friendly but competitive play is important, and having events
Mhm.
where people can come together beyond the LGS. So I don't know. Maybe they're still feeling it out and trying to find again that right balance. How do you make once per year work by satisfying different interest categories? More competitive players, more casual, um, simply retaining interest for a year. All those things play into it, right? So do you think it needs to be somewhat competitive, or when you say
Mhm.
organized play, is it more about bringing people together and having play opportunities, or is it the competitive dynamic of you got to play a lot to get good and be able to compete?
Uh, I like when the difference between casual and competitive is very subtle, um,
Mm,
and I think the sorcery does allow that. There are certainly some avatars, for example, that are gonna be way stronger than others,
yeah,
but, overall, it feels like, when you've only got a 3-card starting hand and a 60-card deck for your spell book, the variance is pretty high, and so with the variance being pretty high, that also creates situations where someone with, like, a clearly, uh, weaker deck competitively still can win against someone that has a very competitive deck,
yeah,
and I like that. I think that's good,
mm,
but
good point.
I would say that, you should always design with the most competitive element in mind. Like, you should always design to be able to weather a situation where a singular deck rises to the top is clearly the strongest, best deck. I mean, to be able to ideally prevent that from happening by design. Because if you're going to have events and it's a game where it's designed mostly for 1v1, then you're gonna have people trying to break the system. It's just always gonna happen with something like that because 'cause they're not really breaking the system, they're trying to solve a puzzle, and it's one of the most beautiful puzzles, TCGs, when you're trying to, like, make the best deck you can. It's such a beautiful puzzle, and people are going to try to make the best, and they're gonna try to play the best deck and see how they can do. And I get so excited deck building for this game because there's so many interesting synergies and combos, and very few of them are like game breaking combos. They're more just like, oh, that will give me like a couple cards of card advantage, and
Yeah,
even that is like really cool in
it's
this
fun.
game the way they've designed it with everything being like subtle power level. Nothing's like huge. Now there are a few combos that I would love to talk about, maybe for like a a competitive gameplay video or something, or deck building strategy video
Yeah,
that I do feel like will probably have to be policed in the future,
mm,
to kind of win the game on the spot. But that's few and far between, and I think that that's a sign that they have actually done a good job of designing this game with the competitive aspect in mind, because they've
yeah.
tried to carefully prevent that.
Yeah,
And there's not, yeah.
there's been a I mean, Druid was overpowered, then they nerfed it pretty heavily. I know, like, Archimago was always super polarizing because it was super dominant in Arthurian Legends. The Ring of Morgan, people were pissed off about because it's just a card that's, like, so good that that was more about, I think, deck variety. Is like it forces you to just be dumb not to use it. So it's like omnipresent, which takes away from some of the creative exploration, maybe like you were describing, some alternatives that you might otherwise play for some of the fun combo effects or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. There's
That
always some of that. How can you really balance that out when you got like 1,000 cards out? It's difficult.
that being said, I don't feel like a card like Ring of Morgan, I don't feel like it narrates the direction a deck is designed, because
Yeah.
when it's unique, and that's one of the most beautiful design elements of this game, is that you can only have one each of the uniques in your deck.
Yeah. True.
Riga Morgan is technically like a 2 of when you have a Highland Priestess and you're on being able to handle the double air threshold.
Yep.
That is not something you're reliably gonna find, and so you cannot design your deck around that because you just can't reliably find that card, and that would just be a bad strategy. You don't wanna, like, uh 1 out of 10 games pull off what your deck's designed to do. You want your deck to be consistently just generally doing good stuff.
Yep.
So Ring of Morgan is more like, I see it kinda like Soul Ring and Commander.
Mm.
but not quite as good because Soul Ring and Commander. I'm sorry, this is Magic the Gathering, but there's a
Yeah.
card called Soul Ring where you kind of
Yeah.
want to put it in
I used to
every given
play
Commander
back in the
deck
day. Yep.
because it's just a great thing to add, but it
Yeah.
doesn't like break the format, it doesn't break the decks. It just makes them a little more efficient, a little faster. And
Mhm.
with Ring of Morrigan, you don't want to actually put that in every sorcery deck. There are some decks that don't really want to play that. Like a deck that's supposed to like interrogator. He wants to like play a lot of guys that go right to your opponent's avatar. Ideally, things with void walk or ways to like quickly get them there. Ring of Morrigan is probably going to be over on your avatar who's stuck over the other side, counterintuitive to that strategy. Your opponent's probably going to be trying to defend over there where you're attacking him. And most of the guys you're sending after them aren't going to be spellcasters, so they're not going to be able to take advantage of Ring of Morrigan. Um, and I feel like there's probably some other deck designs where you also wouldn't really want to include it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're doing a good job, and I know they have, like, community members that do a lot of play testing, so, yeah, Eric's done well to hire some really great designers. I think, like, the big to me, I've always felt the 2 major compelling selling points of this game is mostly on the creative end with the art, obviously, all traditional hand-painted art really stands out, and then the game design is, like, really flavorful and creative and fun, with
Mm.
the multi-dimensionality of it, with the different elements, and effects, and the grid. At first I was like, because I played Magic as a kid, and then I got away from TCGs for a long time, so I was always skeptical of grid-based games. I never really got into those. So I was like, oh man, I don't know, this game's probably dead on arrival if that's the case. But that makes all the difference. I think that's freaking awesome. What do you think about that? I mean, are you a big board gamer too, or you've probably played
I
all
do
kinds of games, right?
I do enjoy board games. There's a lot of
Why do
them
you why
I've
do you
played.
think like grid-based TCGs have never worked? I can't think of
Well,
any that ever survived.
it's very like you have to have space. You
Yeah.
have to have enough space, and usually they require a lot of space. And I do think that if there was a way sorcery could have been played in a smaller space where it's just like on your standard size playmat and their standard size playmat, that would have been ideal. And technically, that is doable with
Uh-huh.
some of like the playmats that are in the welcome kits, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
most
They're
people
skinnier.
are using these big playmats,
Yep.
and it's more fun to play it on those playmats. Um, but I do feel that for a TCG game, uh, people want to feel like they've got the freedom to kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's like the child in us where like I have memories of being in a hobby shop called Books. It was just called Books when I
Really?
was like 12 years old, and we were playing Magic the Gathering on the carpeted floor in
Hmm.
between book aisles because there wasn't enough seats left. And it
Yeah.
was a beautiful experience, and I miss it. And then I have another memory of this hobby shop called the Lucky Frog, which was like, it was literally like a little trailer in a parking lot, and it would run out of seating so quickly. And I remember there was this, like, icy day in winter, and there's those little kiddie spinning tables where you can, like, sit on it and you, like, spin yourself around?
Yeah. Yeah, with the
It was
wheel
all
thing.
iced over, and we were
Uh-huh.
playing Magic. We didn't even have playmats. We were playing Magic cards in our sleeves on the ice on the table,
Yeah.
just shivering because
Small
there
footprint.
weren't any seats left in there. It's like, well, hopefully next round we'll do better and get into the actual shack.
Yeah.
Um,
That's funny.
but that vibe is a beautiful vibe that you can do that,
Yeah.
and that you can't do that with sorcery, unfortunately. But then
Yeah,
again,
people
I
play on
also
the
couldn't do
airplane, on
that.
trains, literally
I
anywhere.
can't I can't do that at with a Star Wars CCG, and I love that game too, and you need space for all that too.
Yeah.
So I think people
Mm.
will come around on that, and I think people are coming around on that. Um,
Yep.
I I guess it would have been a design excuse for making the cards Japanese size. If they could like go back and try that, maybe that would have been interesting to have the cards be Japanese size, just so you can have all that be slightly reduced in size.
Mm.
But I mean, I like it as it is. I have no
Yeah.
complaints.
Cool. Alright, man. Well, we've gone almost an hour. Was there any, like, topics or any things you wanted to say that we might have missed?
Just I have a lot of hope for this game. I'm already super excited for what might be the theme of the next sorcery set. I've heard rumors about maybe something ancient and Egyptian because we've got some potentially Easter eggs in that we have like a Sphinx in
Hmm.
beta, and then we've got this Sphinx's sarcophagus or tomb or something as a site
Yeah,
in Gothic, and that feels like it's a little bit outside of what you expect for the environment of Gothic. So kind of
they
makes
plant
people
seeds.
go like, wonder, yeah,
Yep.
and that would be such a cool thing
Hmm.
to have as a trope. I'm trying to think back and wonder like is the only time Magic ever did that theme with kind of like Arabian Nights. Did they ever do it else? Oh no, they had like Amonkhet, but
Yeah.
I guess the Amonkhet block just doesn't quite feel like it fits though.
Hmm.
But anyways,
Yeah.
there's another card from Beta. They had the mummies that come in pre-buried underground.
What was
Um,
called Cyclopean mummies early on. I don't know if that was a sample card name or the Jeff Easley one. Let me look it up here. From Alpha?
yeah, Alpha and Beta.
I think they changed the name
It's
of
like a
it. What
one
is it?
cost three power unit that you play burrowed, but it doesn't even have
Awakened
burrowing.
Mummies. I actually know
Awakened
the
mummy, yeah.
I know the sample card names better than the mainstream ones. Because I was so hardcore into it like in the early days. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm
All right,
also
man.
I'm also looking forward to making it out to some of these conventions. I probably won't be able to make the one this February, unfortunately, but I think
Yeah.
the sorcery cons and the fact that they've uh, hitched a bit to SCG's wagon to do some of these big SCG con events is pretty
It's a
wonderful.
separate thing. I'm one of the organizers for Sorcery Con. I do all the art, like lining up all the artists and coordinating the artist activities. So it's like it's separate from SCG Con, but
Yeah,
it's designed to be a different experience because like when you go, I went to the Baltimore SCG Con. I saw you there. We
yeah,
talked a bit, but as you know, when you go to SCG Con, it's many games, and then like sorcery is in its own kind of like section, so it feels like you can just be
yeah,
like all in all sorcery, and it could feel like it's only sorcery. Um, but when you go to Sorcery Con, it's literally only sorcery, and there's hundreds of people there just for sorcery. They know who the artists are. I always try to get like 10 to 15 artists, so a lot of people can get a ton of sorcery specific artists. I know there's a lot at SCG Con as well, but it's like you got magic artists, different games
yeah.
and stuff. So it's a different kind of vibe, and it's multiple days and side events and all this types of stuff. So it's too bad you can't come, man. I'm going in less than 2 weeks. Can't wait. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah. You got any really big plans for it?
I mean, I'm gonna be there the whole time, getting in Wednesday night till Sunday, so it'll be almost 4 full days. I'll leave Sunday afternoon sometime, but yeah, I mean, like I'm more on the art spectrum of things, so I could just literally talk to 15. There's gonna be 15 artists now, 12 from Sorcery, 3 alterists. So you could literally like make a whole day just talking to a handful of them each day.
Oh,
You could lose 6 to 8 hours so fast, just like having a conversation with a handful of people. It's wild.
is my favorite Altruist Atlas
Oh,
gonna be
Atlas
there?
Thorn, he couldn't make it this year. He's all the way
Uh,
down in Australia, and he's doing
he
some
is
school stuff
so
now.
incredible.
Yeah.
I have one of his pieces and man, it
Yeah, I remember he
seeing
got
it
one.
in person, yeah, Angel's Egg,
Yes,
it's
yeah,
every time I look at it, I can't believe that it's real, like, that this is actually hand painted on here. It's
yeah,
like, he pours his soul into his work,
yeah, he's
and
incredible. I hope he could
yeah.
come next year. Yep. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man. I know we'll be talking more. We're gonna see if we can collaborate the Collector Arthouse footprint and presence with your mirroring up with your retail brick and mortar thing. That's always something I wanted to look into. How to try to support more gameplay centric creators and business people and stuff. So
Yes,
more
sir.
to come on that. But yeah, appreciate you coming on, man. It's really interesting getting the LGS perspective. Maybe next time I'll ask the fans like what questions they would have from a store owner, and having
Yeah, I'd
I could
love to
we
talk
could
about
talk
it,
for hours. Honestly, I got so many questions. I'm
and
fascinated by your business model.
and I'd love to talk about deck building,
Yeah,
competitive strategy stuff, I love all that.
I'd have to have like another game player centric person to spar with you on that one. But I'm interested in
Yeah.
like what are the even as a collector or art enthusiast, what are the strongest cards? What are the combos that are fun? I mean because I don't play as a matter of practicality because I got 3 little kids, but I played Magic a lot as a kid and I loved it, you know, so I got, like, the mind for it, and then I dabbled in Hearthstone as an adult because I could sit there on my iPad while the kids are watching cartoons or whatever. But, when they're a little older, I hope to get them into Sorcery and be able to play a bit more, but yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, dude. Congrats on
Thanks
all
for
the
having me.
success too. Talk again
Thank you very
soon.
much. All right, take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
Take care, buddy. See ya. All right, guys. Well, look at that. Full screen. Showtime. All waxed up, baby. All waxed up. An hour on the dot. So I do have an alpha box here. However, I did not turn my overhead cam on. So first things first. That was hang on. That situation you just had there was Tom Haid from Curio Cavern. He's such a nice guy. He makes me feel like a bad person, honestly. Just like every time I talk to an artist, I'm like, wow, I'm a real scumbag. You know? Let me pop the collar too. Get back into uniform. I mean, I'm a pretty bad guy when you talk to Tom Haid. The guy's like an angel. He's so such a gentle person. So nice and mature. It's almost wholly unrelatable. I mean, what an awesome guy. It's incredible. It's very humble. You see the seer, guys? I just got the seer. It's really not that small. It's just in the background, living the dream. We got the wyvern. Some might call it wyvern. The seasoned sellsword. If I do that, it'll focus on that instead of goofy bastard like me. Key Thera mechanism. Avatar of Air. Ring of Morrigan. How do you do that? The Exorcist. He was repelling me. The Exorcist is I posted that in Patreon for 6,000 or best offer was the post. Yeah, the Ajaro Exorcist. He was repelling me. He was repelling my spirit. So I'm going to be posting that in the Trusted Games Marketplace pretty soon. And you guys can take a look at that. I got several pictures. And I actually have a video short on both Instagram and Collector Arthouse YouTube. If you go to the shorts page. So that one's for sale. I have 9 paintings from Juan Machuca that'll be coming for sale. I might offer some via direct sale, and then we're going to do some auctions too. What else is here? The other ones are all mine now. You got the Candlemas monks chilling down there, and then you got the chimeras. And then, guys, you see what's going on back there? Right here? Actually, let me see. Let me check on something here really quick. I'm getting bids. We got bids going on. All right, guys, we got bids, we got messages. Did I miss anything important? Nah. Nothing. So this week, from Sunday to Friday, we're going to have a new Truett Parish painting auctioned at Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group and Collector Arthouse Discord and Trusted Games Marketplace. All right, let me go grab that. Oh, hang on a second. Is that better? Better or worse? So straight out of Gothic, beautiful site from Mr. Truett Parish. I actually thought when I opened this out of the package, I thought it was going to be like an oil on canvas. I was like, that's got to be canvas. When I grabbed it, because it was thick, I'm like, that's mounted on canvas. But it's actually painted on board. You see? This is straight wood here, guys. This is a piece of wood. All you got to do is pop a nail into the wall, and it's good to go. Or you could get it inset in a frame and put a nice little border on that bad boy. And there you have the Blessed Well. Or Blessed Well. Depends. It could be Blessed Well. All right, guys. Is it the Blessed Well or the Blessed Well? Who knows? Who actually? Why is my camera not on? Uh-oh. I got to put it in. I got the modes all wrong. We got problems here, guys. We're going to need some overhead cam for some live action. All right. Mode for shooting movies, do things, menu. Who knows about technology? USB streaming. There we go. USB streaming. Uh-oh. Sounded like one of those warning sounds. All right, let's see if we can get this figured out. Extra camera. Oh, I'm gone. Am I back or am I gone? I'm back. I was here the whole time. All right, hang on. The ZV1. Boom. Didn't even work. How's that? How about that one? How about it? All right. I did say wood. All right. Let me do that. Got a lot of bearish stuff. After this is the alpha box. We're actually here to do an alpha break. And then we're going to talk about historic cards. Right now we have a massive auction going on of El Pudge. The Pudge Butcher, but not the only Pudge Butcher, the OG first ever made Pudge Butcher. By one Eric Olofsson in New Zealand. Let me take a look at the Pudge Butcher at Collector Arthouse. All right, so I got to go to Brian Smith, who we're going to see at Sorcery Con in just a couple weeks. First, I'm going to rub my eyeball a little bit. Maybe itch my neck. And then we're going to go to the Pudge Butcher. The Pudge Butcher, 4 to cast, 2 threshold, 5 power, an exceptional demon of corpulent color. So you see, this was a very early development card. It says an exceptional monster of sloth and greed. So there's differences, right? Because this was the early design. Well before Alpha, this card, we believe, was printed probably around 2020 or 2021, thereabouts. Based on an article that I published today at collectorarthouse.com. I got the insights from a guy who connected with Eric Olofsson, a guy from Sweden, came to a Magic the Gathering event in Vegas in 2018. He met Eric Olofsson for the first time. Coincidentally, them both being Swedes, they hit it off, just like Mike Servati seeing an Italian out in the wild. If I see an Italian out in the wild, I'm going to talk to that guy. If I see someone rocking the Bills logo, I'm probably going to be like, go Bills. Now get out of here. I got things to do. You know? So Eric sees a Swede out in the wild. He's going to talk to that Swede. And that's what happened. And then coincidentally, a few years later, Eric is true to his word. He said, hey, I'm dabbling in this game. I'm creating this game called Sorcery Contested Realm. I'm going to send you and some of our other Magic buddies a playset of these 4 decks I'm designing. So the guy kind of forgets about it. You could go read the whole article, the whole story. I published it today at collectorarthouse.com. And he says, like, a couple years later, out of the blue, he hears from Eric again. He's like, hey, I'm ready to send you those decks. You know, he was true to his word. He sent them the decks. And now here are those decks. I actually own a complete set of these because one of the other people he sent them to was Red Zone Rogue. And after years after Red Zone Rogue was the first YouTuber to showcase sorcery with these decks. These are the boxes that Eric made himself. He printed these and he pieced them together like a pro. And it's a deck full of precons such as this. This is from the Earth deck, right? Pudge Butcher is an Earth minion, and there's differences. So you see all the verbiage here. This is really streamlined. In the alpha version, it says tap, shoot a projectile. If it hits a unit, drag it to this location. Pudge may fight it. In the olden days, it says the Butcher hooks one of the closest minions of your choice in any cardinal direction and drags it to his location. If it's an enemy, they fight. I actually like that. If it's an enemy, they fight. I think I just saw an RZR video. Dude, go to the article I wrote today, Nomad Camper, and I linked that Red Zone Rogue video. You're going to see the 4 decks, which I now own. These are not them. These are another guy from Sweden owns these, and I'm going to be selling these for him. Actually, this is the first one we have up for auction this weekend. So there's that, and then there's the beautiful Brasselande from France. Brasseland, right? The home of King Arthur, Merlin, all the beautiful creatures out in the wild. And, oh, there's a little bat in the tree there, too. See that with the bright eyes? Right there. Is it a fairy up there too in the tree? The more you look, the more you see. Unicorn. On the back, the Wendigo, some may say. Is there a Wendigo in Arthurian lore? There must be. It's 2 of 25. Beautiful, painted, artist proof. Number 2 of 25 that she received from Arthurian Legends. That's also up this weekend. Friday to Sunday. All right, guys. So we're going to put those aside because we got to get into some alpha tonight. I do have some Dragon Lord Bearish cases, because I got to protect one. I got one open by Ed Beard Jr. I'm going to have Ed Beard Jr., spoiler alert, on the show a week from tonight. Next Friday night, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, no less. Mr. Ed Beard Jr. is going to be on the show, and he's going to be telling you guys all about what you can expect from him at Sorcery Con, Indianapolis. Indy, Dr. Jones. All right, hang on. So we got... Oh, wait, you know what we need? Well, hang on a second. Let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this because it seems a little light. It's a little light. It's a little light, but I got the answer right here. Just in case Philo Cards is out there. Or Keel. Maybe Keel for that matter. I just got to figure out if this is a tattoo. It is not. It is not, guys. I think we're going to be able to juice this box before the break. I can taste the juice. I can taste it. All right, what's going on here? I might need a tool of some kind. I don't know, guys. It's interesting. How do you do such a thing? Okay. Oh. Are you ready for this? It's just your ordinary box, right? Let's see if it's juiced. Let me check if it's juiced. Let me just check. I gotta give it a little pat. A little pat. Sticker box. Sticker box, baby. You see that? You can't make this shit up. It's the real deal, according to Keel. I heard things. I heard when they put the sticker box on at the factory, those are the Curio boxes. That's what I heard. You guys trying to jack my codes? Who's got those Zuck glasses on? Trying to X-ray my codes. Sticker box. All right, now it's legit. The only thing I'm lacking now is everyone's name on the wheel of names. I don't even have a wheel of names up at all. There's no wheel. So that's problematic. The other thing I got to do is take my stickers and put them on those dividers. I got dividers around here. I did clean up the office. Oh. Cleaned it up too good. Can't find anything. Tyler Benny's in the house. I think there's 2 curios in this box. All right, how many contestants do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, watch this pro action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dividers. All right, so we got those. We got a box here, which you just watch this, guys. Look. You kidding me with this? It's going to be like a Severin God box. Definitely a Philo Stone in this. All right. So what we're going to need to do is sticker this up. Cho is in for 5 packs. Brother Cho. Who's up in here? We had about 20 people tonight. Some of you guys seem to have joined late, so you got to go back and watch this segment with Tom from Curio Cavern. Tom and I have been talking about a lot of potential collaborations. We didn't get into it too much tonight because we're still trying to iron out the details, but we are looking into how we can merge our powers between the Collector Arthouse and the 7 retail locations of Curio Cavern to proliferate the world of art and some amazingly exciting art enhanced or art centric products around the country through these stores and or through Collector Arthouse, Patreon, and Trusted Games Marketplace will probably be the two major retail outlets, and also through Tom's business, Curio Cavern. So more stuff is going to be available. More interesting creative ideas is the thought. And I'm going to be doing collaborations with world-class artists to do some really exciting things. That's probably going to take a couple months or so to come to fruition. But when it does, baby, it's going to be big. It's going to be extremely exciting. I'm really getting a second wind just thinking about it. All right, so what we need to do, you need staff. Well, that's why I got Tom, man. We're going to leverage Tom's team. He has employees to help with fulfillment. Because I told Tom, I was like, listen, man, I got a lot going on. I got kids running around. I got auctions going on 24/7. I got sick. I got content I'm creating. I wrote an article today. I could show you guys the article. But what I'm doing right now is trying to find who the hell is involved in this alpha break. So I showed the painting. I showed the cards that are up this weekend. And what else am I? Oh, I'm going to showcase the old playtest historic cards for you guys later if you want to stick around after the break. If I don't die before the end of the alpha break, what I might do. Oh, God, what is this? 180 names on here. That was from the giveaway event we did. What I might do is also open some Gothic tonight, just for fun. Just for fun, not a break. Okay. How do you undo? How do you undo it? I just killed Cho. We're Cho-less. I don't see Cho in chat. No Cho in chat. Speaking of which, where's Lewis? We need to get a little diverse up in here. Let me find him. Louie? Louie? Lou? Oh, that's right. Hey, Lou. Oh, what is that? There's paintings up there? Got him, baby. Where is Chow? Ah! He always just barges right in there. Mr. South America. Straight out of South America. There he is. He's always ready, man. He's always firing off rounds. Look at that. Lewis. You know what's funny, Dan? I saw like some, that Kevmo kid. That Kevmo kid who murdered, straight up assassinated Sorcery a couple years back. Everyone tagged me in the Bugs Discord. And I'm like, what is this? What is this killer trying to tell me? And there was a video of Bugs, and it was Lewis. He called himself like Louise or something like that. Or it sounded a little daintier than that. It wasn't even Louise. I think it was, but definitely wasn't Lewis. And I was like, what's the matter with this guy? It's like calling yourself Kyle when your name's Keel. It just doesn't feel right. Everything about it feels wrong. What painting is what? What painting are you referring to, Fabrock? All right, we got some top loaders over here. We got some penny sleeves right up in here. What else we got? Hey, look at this. So I ordered the bearish things, and every time you get the bearish, classy guys, they say, thank you for your order. We appreciate your feedback. How do you give that feedback? Oh, for a free pack case, as a token of our appreciation, completing this survey, please enjoy a free pack case on your next visit. Damn. That's a good call. And Severin did the artwork for these guys for their logos. So you get one of those, you get all the bearish links, and then these freaking guys, they're incredible. They send out the Collector Arthouse Patreon brochure thing. See what it's all about. So, okay, I want to see. You got embellished prints. You got playmats in collaboration with the artists. You got a pile of original paintings and prints. And then bearish case collaboration. And you can check out the Patreon. All I ask that you do is like and subscribe to the video, though. At least do that much. So we get more than 7 views on this baby. It's nice. It's helpful to see views. Oh, you just held it up? Oh, that was that painting, yeah. That was Captain South America from Guardians. Thanks, John. Yeah, my bad. I completely forgot I was holding a painting because I was convinced it was Lewis, apparently. I was so dedicated to the script that I completely couldn't even comprehend your question. I was so in the zone. It's dedication, guys. Most people don't know about that. All right, hang on a second. Who is the artist? Den. This is the one. This is the artist. Den. I can't pronounce his name. It looks French. John Rothrock would be able to tell you. But it's from Guardian CCG, the ultimate inspiration for sorcery. All right, guys, we're going to break some alpha tonight. We're going to go left to right on the packs, across the top. No mixer because we're just dipping the tip in a little bit with a 1 pack. It's a little baby dip. Easy 5 display. The card frame guru himself for 5. So easy card. What we're gonna do is get this box lid out of here. The Ghost. That's right. I got to see the Ghost at the Ghost Day. We're gonna see him at Sorcery Con, less than 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. That'll give me. I'm just thinking if I have that on the 13th, that gives me enough time to recover for Sorcery Con. All right, so that'd be good. Easy 5 display for 5. Where's Leo tonight? Is he around here? Leo? Lee? All right. Ah! Oh my God. He fell out of the Z's case. That's terrible. It's truly devastating. Get back in there, you bastard. You crazy bastard. 5 packs for easy. 1, 2. Oh, easy actually said 3, 4. And then he said, save me 1 pack because why? Oh, well, this pack is butchered. It's all bent up. He said he's going to put that in a bearish case. So I got to find one that's in pretty pristine condition for my guy Easy. Let me see. Yeah. We'll probably go with this one here, I think. So he wanted one in crispy condition because he's going to put that in a bearish individual pack case. All right, guys. See Leo? See Leo showed up? Now we're ready. So we're actually going to open 4 packs because he wanted 1 sealed. It's amazing how I remembered that. You have a bearish cased alpha pack? Well done, Dan. God damn. Can't even open these packs. I'm rusty, guys. I had to, you know what I forgot to buy? I was going to buy these medical paddles to revive alpha since it's been absolutely deceased. Dude, these cards, look at the curvature on these cards. You see this? Look at these cards. I don't even want to say what that looks like. But it sure ain't straight. It's not straight, guys. Where's the blade? Where's my blade tool? Where's this axe tool? See the curvature of the blade? Let me see this. You see this? It's basically like the blade. Why are those cards so bent? You saw me open the box. Something's up with that. Was Rudy begging for that? All right, guys. So we got bent alpha cards tonight. Let me know if I miss a curio. I tend to miss curios on the channel. I just saw a $3 vial imp. Are they still like $3, those vial imps? 2, 3, something like that? Oh, look, a stray card. Rolling boulder. Just appears out of nowhere. I must have dropped it. So who are we picking for the Super Bowl Sunday night, guys? Super Bowl Sunday is this Sunday. They missed the Bills catch. The guy caught the ball. They said somebody else caught the ball. Go figure. Very Billsy. Very Billsy ruling on that bullshit. And then someone else plays in the Super Bowl instead. No big deal. No big deal. Magellan Globe. A nice elite foil to kick us off from Easy. I know the owner of this original painting, in fact. So if anyone's interested, hit me up. Maybe we can make a deal. He might sell it, or I might just buy it myself. I have a tendency to do that from time to time. Like the Seer, which I have been stalking for many years, guys. Many a years. Because it was one of the first paintings that turned me on to sorcery. I loved. That is how boulders work. Oh, we're going for the Browns on Sunday? You got Browns. Wait, 24-17. Patriots win? Dude, Fab Rock, how could you even utter those words? In my presence or your own presence? You're picking the Patriots? Let me tell you how my heart sang when Drake May's name was not called in the NFL awards ceremony last night. The Patriots will not win. You guys need to get that blasphemy off of your tongue. It's gross. It's grossing me out. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, even reading those words. Oh, damn. He just hit 2 elite foils and back-to-back packs. Oh, I thought for a minute it wasn't a full art back. Dude, I am rusty. Ever since they murdered Alpha, I've been a little bit off my game. Just a little bit. Just a touch. We do sleeve up the Alpha foils. Seahawks are a better team. The question is, are they better coached? Do you trust McDonald and the guy we should have hired for our offensive coordinator or head coach position, Kubiak? We do have Joe Brady. He's basically like a child. He's 37 years old. But he did hire some adults. And we do love Jim Leonard. Seahawks D is fierce. Yeah, they do get a lot of sacks. And Drake May loves to eat sacks in the playoffs. And he threw for like 80 yards and won a game against a backup quarterback. He got to play a backup quarterback to get into the Super Bowl. So karma is coming for that SOB. Karma is coming. All right, so we got 2 Alpha Elites out of 5 packs for our guy, Andre, of Easy 5 Display. Andre, perhaps. It's hard to tell. All right, so how am I going to do this in a way where I don't forget that that's his pack is the question. So I guess I could do one of these. You ever see those guys on Instagram or YouTube? They say, do one of these. And they're like massively jacked. And they're talking about like exercises and stuff. I do these. Do one of these. No one knows what I'm talking about. Not a single person. Nobody works out in TCGs. We talked about that in the Discord earlier. You want to pick up the cards at Indy? I mean, technically that was possible, but I'm already like 3/4 bald just thinking about all the stuff I got to remember about Sorcery Con. So probably would not be wise. I am worried about forgetting everything. I actually did start a list. I started a list. I probably won't finish the list because I do enjoy improv. But I did start one. So that means that I will probably remember like 20% of the things I got to bring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 packs for Ricardo. I'm going to just show up without a ticket. You can get a ticket at the door, guys. You can get a ticket at the door if it doesn't sell out, but I think we'll be okay. We're looking at selling a few hundred tickets. Gotta get a Bostrel. We're probably gonna have about 300 people, I'd say. Roughly about 300 people at Sorcery Con this year. Vegas was about 400. We had more lead time. It was a flashy, sexy destination. And it was a great turnout. This year was a bit shorter notice, bit more of a challenge, and it's the winter month, so it's a tough travel month. Some people hibernate for the winter. Cracking packs is my exercise. That makes sense. It's Good for the thumbs. No Curio on that boss troll. Straight trolling. All right, Ricardo. Ricardo said you put me in for 5, right? And I was like, no, actually. I forgot about that. And he's like, dude, if you pull a Curio, I'm going to slit your throat from ear to ear. I'm paraphrasing. I just paraphrasing. Oh, another elite. Is this one of those boxes where you get like 11 elite foils? That's happened sometimes. I don't know if it's 11 because Alpha's been dead for a few months. But as I recall, it is quite possible to get many elites. Yeah, it is common. It's common to get a lot of elite foils, it seems. TF CardsCom 8989. What's up, TF? At least 1 foil, 5 elites. All right. Oh, the Purge Juggernaut. Got to shimmy on down. These top loaders a little tight tonight. A little tight. They are a little tight. That is my other account. Oh, you're Ricardo. At least you got an elite, man. All right, the Pillar of Zyros. How many accounts you got, man? You got so many names. I can't keep up. I don't know when you sleep, too. It's unreal. Ricardo, out of the Gothic boxes, which are the ones I'm supposed to save for you again as well? You got to remind me on that because I might open some Gothic after. I do want to open some Gothic after this. As long as I'm not too tired. I'm kind of tired already. And my mouth hurts. It just hurts. I don't know why. Probably be all right, though. So you want... Oh, the elites and uniques. Okay. Elites and uniques. That's what I thought. Just wanted to be sure. And the foils and curios. All right, Mill2 Med for 5. I gotta run one of those. It's always hard to breathe in here when I do those lives. I did talk for an hour with Tom. Green tea. What's up, Noble? I'm tired and my mouth hurts. It's rough. It's rough being the art house. All right, Mill2 Med for 5. You guys think it's easy being the art house? 3. I'm going to backtrack on his. 4 to even out the rows a little bit. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 for Mill2 Med. Where's Big Steve tonight? Is he taking a night off? Sorcery Pack Cracks. Is that MA? Is that MA? I recognize. Oh, the Gilded Aegis. That looks familiar. I think there's an Aegis around here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, there it is. I knew it was here somewhere. I knew it was in there. There he is. There she is. Beautiful Gilded Aegis. We didn't pull it in foil though. It's unfortunate. Oh, we didn't do it. Oh, is that King of the Realm? I think we got King of the Realm, boys. Ha ha! How about that one, Mill2 Med? Oh man, that is a monster. Look at the freaking King of the Realm. Unique foil. Since Alpha's deceased, it's probably like a $4 card. But other than that, it's a god tier artwork by Mr. Tony Sudlow. Like a moron, I did not buy it myself. However, it does sit in a god tier statement frame, a gold frame, to the guy I sold it to, which is from the Bronx. You guys know the man from the Bronx? An LGS in the Bronx. Action Comics. The owner of Action City Comics, I think it is. My bad. That's $157? No way. I might go buy that card. That's unreal. It's disrespect to the king. Dude, that is disrespect to the king. Did you look it up in Trusted Games Marketplace, Noble? Through the lookup tool? The lookup tool. I should demonstrate the lookup tool. Should I demonstrate it? I could. I could demonstrate it. It's for sellers. That's the premium tool for. I think I will show you guys what that is. I got I'm a little flustered here. I broke my rhythm. Remind me, Noble, to go to Trusted Games Marketplace afterward and show these guys the integrated tool feature. A lot of people are saying like, oh, I don't get the value proposition of Trusted Games Marketplace. Why do we need security? We could just go, we could just go get scammed in other Discords. No big deal. No big deal. Who cares about security? You know? We'll hire a private investigator to do a background search. And if we get ripped off, we'll just jerk around with the TCG player guys. We'll file a claim. They'll take care of us. No big deal. We got time for claims. And then there's other aspects, guys. So we're running it like a business. So our moderators are very active and motivated because they're paid moderation, and we make deals with companies like Bearish, collaborations with small businesses like Shibi's tool for the lookup feature, price checker. So when you list your cards, you can get an immediate reference on the price of the card. No fuss. You just put in a command prompt and bam, you got the immediate pricing. You got a link directly to TCG Player to see recent sales. And it's just the beginning, guys. It's very early days. We commissioned Dustin Broussard to do the logo, Alterist Dustin Broussard to do the logo for Trusted Games Marketplace. And I commissioned Andrina Jardim to do badges that we just rolled out. So if you are a verified seller, you got a special badge indicating as such. If you're a power seller with 25 plus more sales, you have a special colored diamond badge. If you don't see the price tracker? You probably just have it not selected, Noble. What was I even saying? Is that a foil? Did I see a foil? Grill Lord? Come on. Teasing me with that. All right. Well, Miltu Mad got the King of the Realm and the Amethyst Core, which is pretty freaking hot. Oh, you're able to find it? It got hidden by that server guide feature. Okay. Yeah, so it's up in there. And my point is we're going to have an entrepreneurial, business-oriented perspective and approach to Trusted Games Marketplace, where it's going to be like your Tesla. I remember someone was busting my balls. I compared it to a Tesla. It just keeps getting better. There's like software updates, right? You buy in once for the year, and it just gets better. More features, more collaborations, more deals, because it's run like a business. It's not run like a freedom place. You reinvest to enhance the experience and make it better. What's up, Cho? Chizzy. Chizzy's up in here. All right, I just got to make sure I don't go to hang on a second. How many others are going to Sorcery Con? I will. Are you a bourbon drinker? I quit drinking in August of last year. But I'll do a little. All right, so I knew there'd be some stuff that you guys aren't allowed to see. All right, so here we go, guys. If you go to the Discords and you go to Trusted Games Marketplace, you see, and then you go to so you can select which channels you want to see or not see. I'm a little disoriented because I always do mobile. I'm not on desktop. I'm very rarely on desktop. But you see, I run auctions here. And the beauty, so we have 792 members. You see that? We're very close to hitting the 800 member milestone, which is phenomenal. It's only been open about a month. It was established in December, right? It was right around New Year's. So it's been just over a month, probably about 5 weeks. So right now we got the Pudge Butcher going on. And when I run an auction for an artist or via consignment, I do it across 3 platforms: Sorcery Contest Realm Community Facebook Group, the Trusted Games Marketplace, and the Collector Arthouse Discords. You can bid in either of those 3 places, and you got the broadest reach and the largest direct target market of sorcery fans who are really into this. So right now we have the playtest version, first ever printed versions of Pudge Butcher playtest, printed by Eric. And I walked through earlier show, you missed it, but I walked through the early design. See, there's design differences in the type line text and also the card mechanic text. And of course, it says copyright Brian Smith. In Alpha, they changed that to the Alpha symbol. So you know it's a playtest card. I also have the Red Zone Rogue set of cards. So I've compared the card stock, the cut of the corners, and the list, right, of what's in the Avatar of Earth deck. So there's that one. And then we have going up for auction here this weekend, the beautiful Brosland by the great Severin Pino. Amazing artwork. And it's an artist proof. See, square corners, blank back, painted by Severin, and an awesome sketch that comes with it. So you could frame it with the sketch, which is really cool to do, done in 2025. She did this several months back. An old 2025. All right, so what I was going to go, so we got all these ticket logs. You see all these tickets because people are asking for the logo badging. And by the way, we've had about 300 listings over the past. See, there's listings and listings and listings for days. So the marketplace is really thriving. You see all these sold markings, all these tags, sold, 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 sold. Things are selling like crazy. Really successful. Oh, here's a spicy curio. All right, so you got this curio, and so look, you have a power seller. Can you guys see that? I know the resolution is not great, but it's this diamond that was done by Andrina Jardim. Cho, I was just talking about how we commissioned Alterist Andrina Jardim to do all of the logo badging. So cedarcards.ca is a power seller, which means that he has 25 plus sales and referrals. So you know that he's a credible seller. He's a paid seller. He's paid to be a seller in a marketplace, or he has paid to do so. And he's a trustworthy guy. And there's multiple layers of variability or verifiability. Oh, another. So we got a curio. We got a couple curio. Oh, wait. Okay. The listings are running together. So we have a Gothic curio. Very nice. All right. So we have a paid member. So you see the handshake icon. Oh, when I click it, custom role icon for paid member. This feature is part of server boosting. So we've boosted the hell out of this server to have all these additional features. And that's part of how we get some of the security features as well. You have to click on start selling here. Then you can unlock the price checker. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. The price checker. I think I had the price checker up here, though. Oh, you're right. Start selling here. So you click on that. Yeah, so when you come in here, guys, if you want to become a paid seller, you just go to this link, and then that's where you pay the annual. It's typically going to be $36, but we have a promotion going on right now for $29.99 for the full year. I know I went on a tangent. I was going to show you guys the price checker, but I wanted to show you guys the badging. Where did we put that? We put that in paid member announcements. All right, so here we talked about badging, and then in the announcements channel, here's the badges that we had Andrina Jardim design. So you have the power seller, the high-end seller that's done over 25 transactions. The handshake symbolizes a verified seller. Our mods have the badge, and then the house is for if you have a business like an LGS. We're going to give you this store icon so people know that you're also a store. And then we have a priority ranking, right? So you can only have one role assigned to you at a time. So we have, if you have over 25 transactions, you have the yellow diamond and the hollow name. If you have 25 plus legacy transactions, that means you have verified sales in another Discord and references, or another marketplace, like a credible reference marketplace. We're going to give you the blue diamond. And then people also aspire to this. And after they have 25 sales here in the marketplace, they'd get that as well. But if you have 5+ transactions right here in TGM, you're going to have the yellow diamond. And then you go from yellow diamond to yellow diamond at 25. There's a 25+ icon to differentiate that. 5+ legacy transactions, blue diamond. So that knows your member coming in with provenance and provable, verifiable history of sales in another credible marketplace or another marketplace, established marketplace that preceded TGM. Shop icon, you're a verified LGS or TCG player seller with over 1,000 sales. So if you see that store icon, you know this is a very experienced seasoned seller. Handshake, paid member, and then green shield is a verified member, the green shield with the check mark. All right. So everyone's got to be verified if you're going to do business in a marketplace. But anyway, I digress. There you have it. Cho, thank you, brother. Badging idea was genius. Motivates to engage, but also gives credibility for legit buy sell trade players. Bravo on this, Mike and Steve. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I thought I was really did Steve like I had these detailed descriptions. I actually studied colors and what they mean, like symbolically what they mean. And I put a lot of thought, a lot of forethought into what those different things would be. Handshake, meaning consummating a deal. The diamonds and the color of the diamonds have certain meaning. So yeah, it really helps inspire confidence that these are known people in the community that have a positive reputation. So you're not going to get jerked around. All right, sorry for the tangent, guys. Jeff Toohey says I got to shill a little bit. Got to shill a little bit on these shows, says Toohey. Gets a little shilly in here, he says. MA 5 for 5. All right. Back to the main event. 5 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta rock the logo a little bit. Oh, guys, I didn't tell you. I did not even tell you. So what's going to happen here? Let me tell you about SorceryCon, guys, coming up in less than 2 weeks. At SorceryCon, we made a deal with this vendor. It's called Crit Apparel. So apparel, right? So we're going to have a vendor that's making 2 variants of playmats, single-player playmats. You guys are going to be able to get these at SorceryCon. 2 amazing artworks. I don't want to pre-announce it yet because the team hasn't announced what those are just yet. But I'm telling you, they're freaking awesome artworks by 2 great artists. 1 attending artist, 1 not attending artist. But it's going to be an awesome playmat, and it's going to have the SorceryCon logo tastefully applied to it. So those will be available. But also this vendor does apparel, as the name would suggest, right? So they're going to have t-shirts and hoodies. They print it right on demand. So picture this. You're going to come up to their booth, and you go to Ed Bear Jr.'s booth. You could buy many of his Dragon Lord t-shirts. You guys might have seen that at SCG Baltimore when he was there. So Ed's going to have his own setup with all these awesome t-shirts. This other vendor, Crit Apparel, at SorceryCon, they're going to have a table. They're going to have a pressing machine right at the booth. So you're going to have this menu of options of several of the attending artists, right, from Sorcery. And you're going to be able to select from some artworks that they pre-selected. And you can choose a t-shirt or a hoodie, and they will print that artwork right on the t-shirt. So you could walk away with it. You can rip your shirt to shreds. You can just rip it off your chest. You can get this off of me. Get it out of here. Your bare chest is going to be exposed. Male or female, doesn't even matter. Male, he, her, him, his, doesn't even matter. You just rip it off and you put this thing on, and all of a sudden you're rocking some sorcery art. But not that. Not only that. The Altarists are involved. We're going to have Andrina Jardim's going to have some artwork. Dustin Brossard and Centerpoint's coming. Steve Osmankowski. So you can have some of their artwork. You can have some of the sorcery artworks. And you're going to have the option to get... I worked this out with Severin. She agreed to allow me to use this logo. So you can get the Philo Stone with the Collector Arthouse logo in the middle. You can get that printed on a shirt or hoodie. And the artists are going to get a cut of every sale. So they'll get part of the profit share will go to them. And any with my logo like this is going to go to Severin. So I'll pay her I'll give her the profit margin. I won't make anything off of those. And there's going to be some with the regular black and white Collector Arthouse logo, and also the TGM Trusted Games Marketplace logo. And any sales of TGM apparel or Collector Arthouse regular black and white logo, those proceeds are going to go towards the SorceryCon organization, not us as individual organizers, but to the cost of the venue, because these things are, if we're lucky, are like a break-even proposition. They're extremely expensive to host. And when you do your first few tournaments, there's immense cost, and you're kind of trying to feel out the different ways to monetize through the general admission tickets, through the game events, and then through these special arrangements with vendors where we can sign vendor tables. The artists are comp, they get free table, but like the sales vendors, we usually have to work out a deal with them, or with Crit Apparel, we'll do like a bit of a profit share so we can raise some funds to support the event so we don't take a bath on the thing too badly. It's tough, man. It's tough holding a large-scale event. You guys have no idea. There's massive food minimums, so that's why there's the one day where lunch is provided. We got to spend many thousands of dollars on food alone just to be able to rent the venue. They really get you on these venues, guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm talking to all the artists, trying to figure out who's interested. I think I got a handful of artists who have committed so far, and they're sending me the image files, and we're going to make it happen. It's going to be a ton of fun. Oh, you can't make it, Fab? Oh, that's too bad, dude. Yeah, it will be fun. I'll try to have to videotape. We'll have to get some videos and pictures of these guys making the t-shirts and hoodies. It's going to be incredible. And by the way, guys, if you are in the Collector Arthouse Patreon and you're attending SorceryCon, what's going to happen is I'm going to eat dinner at some point on Friday. When I get back Friday night, around like, let's say 9 o'clock or so Friday night, we are going to go to one of the excess breakout rooms, and we're going to have a Festivus for the rest of us. Okay. I'm going to have a spread. I got to work with my guy, Agent Paco, and see how he's doing with finding some of these options, but we're going to try to find like a pastry shop or a bakery in Indianapolis. And I'm going to get like, if I could find one, I'm going to go buck wild buying all these like cakes and cookies and shit like that. We're going to binge our faces off. And we're gonna have booze there, so we're gonna be gluttonous monsters like the Pudge Butcher. We're just gonna binge eat on junk food, sweets, and booze, and we're gonna hang out with artists and talk to guys like Mikhail Nagy-Paul, Elvira Shakarova. I think a bunch of the artists will come out. It's gonna be a ton of fun, and you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing. We did this at Vegas too. Cho brought the chicken. And no grid lord. It was just amazing. It's a smaller, like more intimate fireball. We get some fireball. Cho, I'm gonna have to have you come to the liquor store with me to help me make some good decisions. I think we got an assortment of wines. The wine was very popular. We crushed all the bottles of those, and then we all took shots of fireball. We had a nice toast with the artist. It's gonna be incredible, guys. It's just an amazing, like, memorable experience. You get great photo opportunities with the true celebrities of sorcery, the artists, and it's just going to be freaking unbelievable. So we're going to do that Friday night, and then I think what's going to happen Saturday night is we're going to have more of an open session to invite the public to come in one of these breakout rooms. And I think for that one, we're going to have like regular food. We're going to work with the venue to see if maybe we can have some food for folks, just to hang out casually after the gaming events into the evening after dinner. Yeah, we should buy some cheap Frazetta. We got to talk to our boy Philo Cards about that one. Actually, I think I have a Frazetta box. I got Braum packs up there, guys. Freaking Braum packs. Oh, the Aquamarine. So we've hit 2 cores so far in this box. Non-foil, but a core is a core. And he gets a foil Blizzard by Mr. Jeff Menges, who cannot be with us, sadly, this year, because he's one of these guys that hibernates in the winter because his backyard looks like this all winter long. It's too bad, man. Menges is the man, but we have at least we have his buddy Drew Tucker coming this year. Drew was not able to come last year because he was at an event in, was it in the Netherlands? Yeah, 2 core box, Roberto's. Roberto's, did you change logins? I thought there was a different Robert, and I thought that was Roberto's. But yeah, we hit the what was the other core that we hit, guys? Who knows? Who knows about it? Getting my cores mixed up. I thought it was Aquamarine, but this is Aquamarine. It's the pink one. 2 non-foil cores we hit in this box so far. This is a pretty banger box. We also hit at least 3 or 4 elites. We were just like pulling elite after elite, pack after pack. And Cho, you missed it, but this is actually a sticker box of sorts. I found this sticker on the bottom of the box. You see that, Cho? Cho, you still out there? This was right on the bottom of the box. So we knew there was going to be some heat in there. We knew there would be heat. It was preordained. There you go. 2 ordinary foils and a core for Mr. M.A. No one knows what his real name is. I got to go to PayPal to figure it out. Speaking of which, Chow, I told you, you owe me cash or kneecaps. I told you about this. Cash or caps. I'm going to shake you down for that. All right, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Cho is still on the wheel. Cho passed out. Sticker box is real, he says. You watch too many Philo Cards videos. You talk to Keel too much. That Keel guy, you know, that guy cannot string together a sober sentence to save his life. Oh, I got to get rid of this StreamYard banner. Keel, you cannot convince me that Keel is ever sober. Never, that guy. Never. All he talks about is nonsense. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 2 shooters, he says. Which is like some kind of assassination. Sticker box is real, but the non-believers continue to live in the darkness. You guys been watching that Philo Card show, man. Steve will get you. That's why we united. It's like a yin and yang. You got a smart guy, and then you got Steve. We balance each other out. You got a guy that knows things and knows how to do things, knows how to apply critical thought to things, and then you got Steve's, the things that Steve does. Like perpetuate sticker myths. Like a child. I'm busting his balls because he's not on right now. He's not watching. He might be watching silently, doing God knows what in the dark. It's a little creepy to even think about, honestly. Wise Alec does not mean smart. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the art house. We need a song, man. Give me a nice little Amish Paradise art house song. I know you're the song man. Did you write the TGM song? I think I'll play that TGM song. Should I play it, Noble? Did you make the TGM song? Or did am I gonna get like demonetized and kicked off YouTube? Oh, it wasn't you? That was Steve? He had some good lines in there. There was one that was pretty hilarious. He says something about like casting big spells. Oh man. Yeah, he said something about like casting big spells. I was laughing my ass off. The guy Steve's all right. He's deeply polarizing and hated on the interwebs. But you meet the guy in person, he's a freaking gem of a person. It's a gem of a guy. Fun to hang out with. Pretty chill. Pretty nice guy in person. Hey, yo, Jimmy. Jimmy, did you see my sticker box, dude? Hang on, man. Jimmy, look. So I'm undressing this box right here, right? I'm undressing this box like an absolute savage. And then I give it a couple like baby taps. I give it a little slap and tickle under the box. And look what happens. Look what happened. It was an absolute sticker box. There was a sticker right on the plastic. And it has the sorcery logos on there. So you know it's legit. You know? You know it's true. And then I pulled 2 cores. Non-foil. They're non-foil cores, but they're still cores. And I'm pulling elites like freaking Reese's Pieces out of a pillowcase on Halloween. I'm just Snickers bars, like nonstop. All right. We got 2 people on the wheel. Bangers. Huh. It was a slap and tickle box. I fervor for 5. I fervor. As we're talking about slap and tickle. What could be more true? What could be more true than the things I just said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need some ambiance up in here. You know what I'll do? Maybe I'll go grab a Gothic box while I play the TGM theme song that Steve made. I thought maybe Noble made it. 2, 3, 4, 5 for I fervor. Oh shit! Wait a second here. Did we miscalculate? Roberto's 3, 6. Oh, okay. I thought there was only like 5 packs left, but Roberto's is going to get the last 9 in the box. Niner. Thanks for finishing out the box too, right? It was funny, guys, because Alpha had flatlined for weeks. It was like a post Kevmo apocalypse type of situation where I was like, hey, let's do a box break. Why don't we have fun on a Friday night instead of being a bunch of jerk offs, you know? And no one was interested. No one wanted any part of it. So what I did was I was like, all right, fine, listen. And then like some guy was like, oh, like I was like, dude, why don't you ever like get in my breaks? I see in these other breaks, and he's like, $15 for shipping. And I was like, well, what is the other guy charging? And he was like, oh, it's like $35 a pack. I was like, well, what are you charging? And I was like, 32. And he was like, yeah, but shipping. I was like, dude, do you ever do math like Cho? Have you ever done math? I mean, if you're buying one pack and you're a Mama Luke of the year, then fine. But like, you got a $3 difference per pack, and then you're crying about 15 whole dollars. Like, you probably shouldn't be doing breaks, dude. You're basically doing breaks at market price, and then you're crying about 15 whole dollars. I know, like the Freedom Place guys would be like, "You're disrespecting $15." That's like a burrito bowl and like a quarter bag of chips. Like, have some respect, you scumbag. Where's that 9-piece at? There's probably a piece in here, Noble. He's questioning the slap and tickle box. We haven't had any discussions on slap and tickle box, but it's coming. I mean, we're clearly going to talk about this at Sorcery Con. Make sure this is all. Oh, the dome piece. How about that dome? Who was this for? Fervor. How about that dome piece? Cho just missed it. He's like, Mike, you never pull me anything anyway. Just drop me to 5. You know the irony of this, Cho? This would have been your 5 packs. This would have been the back end of your 10 packs. So he misses on the dome piece. And by the way, we're going to have Vincent Pompetti coming all the way from France. I was just talking to him today. He was like, Mike, I checked the hotel site. They tell me if my shit's there early, I got to pay $25 a day. I was like, well, what do you want to do about this? You want me to take someone out back? And he's like, no, that's what I do, Mike. And I was like, okay. That kind of makes sense. And I was like, all right, well, listen, we can't control what goes on through customs. So we're going to straighten out a few people at this hotel if it's the last thing we do. See, yeah, how do you explain that there, Noble? If you tell me the slap and tickle box doesn't have unique foils, is that what you said? Is that what you tried to say to me? I feel like my fingernails are not short enough. I could have sworn I clipped them just recently too. It's a little embarrassing. A little slap, a little tickle. Whose packs are these? It's Fervor. Au revoir. With the French Pompetti. He's an Italian man living in France. So he's a bit of a hybrid. And we got Leo over here. Leo's always with us. Lifting our spirits. Oh, sick. Look at that diamond logo, man. That looks like straight out of Trusted Games Marketplace. Will TGM ever offer an escrow service? Anything is possible. I don't know. If you say the word money, I mean, like 99% of the people in Sorcery want to gut you like a fish. Oh, look at that. Immortal. You cannot talk about money. It's very disrespectful to the for-profit company that produces the game. Very disrespectful. Do we have an update on the artist at SCon? Broski. You kidding me with that? Go to sorcerycon.com. All the artists are there. We got 14 sorcery artists, and then we have 3 altarists. We have Steve Osmankowski, Centerpoint. We have Andrina Jardim, straight out of Portugal, coming all the way from Portugal. And then we have Dustin Brossard, the GOAT. Completely out of the loop. He's like, yeah, I'll go, before he even knows a single artist is going. I got 12 artists coming, dude. 12 artists. We got Vincent Pompetti. Now you're going to make me pull up the list. We're going to make Roberto's wait all night long. All night. All right, so Fervor. You did hit an Immortal Throne, too, which is pretty hot. I don't pay much mind to the non-foils, to be honest. But an immortal throne is pretty sexy. All right, we're gonna have to take a little divergence to get our boy Jimbo up to speed. Leo's always with us. All right, so Roberto's is going to be last on the wheel. I'm getting blown up on Facebook. People are probably joining they're probably joining the community group, to be honest. Sure, that's what's going on right now. You get 50 people a week in the community group. It's growing like wildfire. All right, so we got Ed Beard Jr., Scott Kirshner, Juan Machuca. By the way, Ed doesn't go to many shows, guys. Gen Con was a fluke. SCG Baltimore because he was helping to promote Dragon Lord, but he was like, dude, Mike, if I'm going because of you, brother. Otherwise, I would not go. It's only because of you. I got a lot of shows. He travels for like months on end. He's like, since it's your thing and you're organizing, I'll be there. I was like, damn, that's freaking awesome. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. He was serious too. He's bringing like a van full of shit. He's gonna have all kinds of merch. He's gonna be on my show next Friday night, Friday the 13th. We're gonna have Ed Beard Jr. on. He's gonna tell you about all the stuff he's bringing. So we got Juan Machuca coming from Mexico. We got Sam McKinnon coming from Canada. We got Mikhail Nagypal coming from Lord knows where. Lord, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I can't nail him down, man. He's always on the move. he's always up to something. Truett Parrish will be there. Alan Pollock, Vincent Pompetti from France, Elvira Shakarova coming back from the UK, Brian Smith coming from he moved up to Seattle, I think it is. Did he move to Seattle? Why did he do that? Yeah, he moved out of LA. Heidi Talifer is coming from Canada, and the great Drew Tucker. Incredible. Foil dome for 240. All right. So at least somebody profited tonight. Wasn't Joe, unfortunately. Never Joe. Never Joe, but he takes one for the team. We love us some Cho. All right, so we got 3, 6, 9. Oh, then I was going to talk about historic cards, actually. Oh, Jimmy, did I tell you, man? You joined up late, but I got the first ever Sorcery playtest cards, first ever printed. I know you have some too. I'm auctioning those, and I might sell some direct later on, but the high-end ones are being auctioned. Right now, we have the Pudge Butcher. Oh, it is Roberto's confirmed. Let me get rid of the, why do I still have that? Whoa. Is that lag? It is a phenomenal lineup. It's too bad you can't make it, Fabrock. Oh, God, everything closed. Everything is closing down. All right, so this is one of the first ever Sorcery cards ever printed, Pudge Butcher. And you see all the different design details. It is printed by Eric Olofsson in New Zealand, one of the first ever playtest cards sent to a buddy of his that he met at an MTG event in 2018, long before Sorcery, very early days when he was dabbling in the creation of Sorcery. And he sent this guy he met, a former Swede, a fellow Swede, a set of these playtest cards, just like you saw in Red Zone Rogue channel. Why are they floating? Is that magic? No, I'm pressing them together. So it's a full set of the precons, and we're going to be selling off those cards, and we're going to get some real price discovery here, Jimmy. We get some price discovery on the original playtest cards. So I own a full complete set, all of the Red Zone Rogue cards, and this guy is through consignment through me selling his entire precon set. I did get an offer on the elemental avatars. Somebody wants all 4 elemental avatars, so we might make a deal on that, but it's open-ended. I'm going to be auctioning a lot of the high-end cards, so I'm going to have equal access to bid on that. It's going to be incredible. Heidi's husband coming too? Yeah, I'm sure he will be, man. Yeah, that guy is the man. Her husband is the freaking man. The guy he's like, he runs for like 5 hours, and then he goes and sits at Heidi's table like an absolute Chad of Chads. He's a Chad of Chads, honestly. We probably got to have breakfast with him again too. All right, Puppet Master. I don't know what I don't know if it's going to be like Vegas where there'll be food, right? Oh, Jeff Easley. Will they have like a restaurant right in the hotel? That'd be cool because me and Jimmy were just I just saw Jimmy like walking through the lobby, and I was like, dude, I'm about to go have breakfast with Heidi Talifer and Elvira Shakarova. What are you doing? He was like, I'm going to have breakfast with Elvira Shakarova and Heidi Talifer. And I was like, you're damn right. You're damn right you are, pal. And we had a great time, man. It was amazing. And then I had to go recover Ed Bear Jr.'s delivery because I remembered I was responsible for it. And he's like, Mike, don't F this up. Like, I'm shipping my stuff. You got to get it at the FedEx stuff at the hotel. And then I forgot. I did forget. And then I went to it and I was like, you better have that box, man. You better have that box. I got a guy that's going to slit my throat from ear to ear if you don't have that box. And fortunately, they had that box. Hey, guys, remember when I auctioned this one? Freaking Vasily, man. Vasily. So Vasily, I'm going to have some paintings coming from Vasily in a few months. And I also will have some works from Vasily beyond sorcery that he has. What I'm going to do is I got a couple inquiries on some guys that wanted to own some Vasily originals. So I'm going to give them first right of refusal to claim a few of these. And then what I'm going to do is the ones that are not claimed, I'm going to post them on my Patreon. And you guys can let me know, the patrons can let me know if you're interested in any of the Vasily paintings. Those will be fixed price, the non-sorcery ones, and probably a pretty good deal too. If you just want to own a Vasily original, it'll be a great opportunity. So check out Collector Arthouse Patreon if you might be interested in owning some Vasily artwork. Does Margaret ever come out? Margaret has been to. Hey, what's up, Robertos? Oh, sorry, I was thinking of. He's been here the whole time. I'm an alcoholic. Mix air. 2 cores in a mix. I'm just kidding. I don't drink that much. Only socially. But what I was saying was she went to both of the Seattle Sorcery Cons, which are smaller scale events, but I'm falling asleep on the job here, guys. I need a protein bar or something. What happened was she went to the 2 Seattle ones and she went to Vegas one last year, but this year I think she had a magic event or something. I don't know. I didn't hear from her. When I messaged the group chat and I solicited interest in who wanted to come, I did not hear back from her. Although I think I did hear that she had a magic event conflict and couldn't do it. So yeah, no Margaret this year. Sheridan has Alexander's Bar and Grill. That sounds damn good. I love a good bar and grill. Get some old fashions. Twist of Fate. Great unique. Santiago Caruso. He's the man. I've had him on the channel before. Really great, big time, super popular, famous artist with a massive following. He's on Instagram all the time. He's playing guitar, singing songs, painting, selling books. Pudge Butcher. Look at the color saturation on Eric printed Pudge versus Alpha Pudge. Do you like the deeper, more saturated, bloody Pudge? Or do you like the switch to the Alpha Pudge? You see the difference too? This is convenient, right? You see the game mechanic text and also the typeline text is different from the first playtest, one of the first ever printed cards in Sorcery versus the Alpha print. Quite a difference. Pretty cool. All right. Bar and Grill. Deeper Pudge pops. Deeper Pudge does pop more. It's bloodier. It's more graphic. I like a deeper Pudge. You gotta hook deep. The Battlefield. Did I sell that painting? I think I sold that painting as well. Sold most of the paintings in Alpha, it seems. Like a lot of them. Wow, so Roberto's. You did get a mix and you got a Spectral Stalker, only an ordinary foil. I mean, it was only 9 packs, so the variability can be wide on that. So not great, but the non-foils I didn't pay that much attention to. I think you had some unique non-foils at least to salvage a bit. So there is that. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to open Gothic now, or do you want to? It's only 11:42. The night is young. We've only been going for 2 hours. Only went for 2 hours on a 3+ hour show. Some of you guys missed the paint. I do have a Truett Parish painting coming up this week, Sunday to Friday. The Blessed Well by Truett. Nice Atlas site from Gothic. It's be coming up for auction Sunday to Friday. I'll get some pictures and the details on that one. I did get the... I just acquired for myself, Jimmy. Jimmy, did you see this? I just acquired the Seer Alpha Avatar original painting. You see that glare? You see that unbelievable glare? Hang on, guys. Let's try this. All right, how about that one, guys? Seer, original painting by Dan Seagrave. I bought it framed like that. What do you think of the frame? Should I keep the frame or replace the frame? Keep or replace? Let's get some votes. Like and subscribe to the channel, for God's sake. Help me. I'm just a little guy. Seer, original painting. You like the frame? It is a pretty sick frame. It's kind of cool. See how thick it is? It's deceiving. It's very thick. I get that a lot. All right, what else? Oh, yeah, so we got the Arjaro Exorcist. You see that one? That's our guy Juan Machuca. He painted himself. The man painted himself. You guys like that frame? Okay, fine. I'll keep it. Look at our guy Juan. Painted himself. The lighting's awful. I did a nice video short of this. Man, this is freaking unbelievable painting. I just realized that this is like, wow, this guy's body is coming out of this orb. Freaking unbelievable. It's like a demon spirit coming out of this poor bastard. The demon is being exorcised from this guy. And Juan is fucking him up, man. Look what Juan's doing to the guy. He's just dangling in his face, summoning the demon. He's got the demon spirit in the background. It's incredible. Incredible piece. Beautiful. And it's a powerhouse card, too. Unbelievable. We got some sample packs up here, guys. Look at this. I got more than I thought. Oh, look, that's a blank pack. Wait, was this the world pack? I got more than I thought, guys. I thought it was low. Hang on a second. All right, I think this is the world. Here's the world pack. You got that sticker back, no sticker. You see? No sticker. European sticker front. Could be Germany, could be UK. You got no sticker at all. Predated alpha, silver packs, and then you have the art pack. First edition test art pack. So that's the world pack, and then apparently got 4 others. And for good measure, 1 more art pack. This art pack I have in a case, first edition test, you see? So we got 2 art packs, the world tour. Hang on. The bearish box. All right, so open the packs. $4,000 Pop-Tart packs. Man. Sticker packs. The ones without the stickers are garbage, he says. So I'm thinking about launching like a charitable endeavor here for a friend of mine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine, his daughter is very going through a really hard time, man. Really hard, like unimaginably. So I might be looking to do a kind of charity event for a buddy in need. I got to figure out how to structure it, but what I might do, I've been dabbling with the idea of maybe donating a sample pack where you guys could buy into it at a certain price, but all of the proceeds will go to this guy because his daughter is dealing with I think she's like 7, man, and she is dealing with a childhood cancer situation and some really terrible things going on with it. So I got to figure out like how I could do it in a way to help him and his family in like a communal kind of way where people could contribute, or I could donate some very significant things that are very valuable to help this guy out. So maybe more to come on that. I got to figure out. I got to talk to some people about how it could be done right. Oh, shit. So we're gonna do either Gothic box or playtest. Do you guys want to see the playtest cards or the Gothic cards? This one is in rough shape, this box. So this is kind of interesting. We could figure out what box did Eric actually use. He literally stuck it to this. It's coming off. So he wrapped it and taped it to like some kind of deck box to make these. Gothic? All right. Let me just show one playtest deck. Just for shiggles. So you guys know what you're dealing with these auctions that are coming up. This is of the Red Zone Rogue variety. And interestingly, it has the half-size tokens were in here as well. Old school, rubber band. You just rubber band them. So they're half-size instead of quarter size. So we have the original avatars. I told you someone wanted to make an offer on the complete set of those. But this is an entire play deck of the pre-con decks. There's so many interesting design changes because these were... Oh, Lewis. Lewis. Been here the whole time, pal. Straight out of South America, buddy. SA. For your SA, guns blazing, rounds flying, and the pepperoncini on the shield. It brings us together. And a little bit of hot sauce under the belt, just in case. Just in case. All right, guys. Yeah, it was a real awful thing going on. His daughter's been battling this thing and getting chemo, and then I was on Facebook today and I see this pic. I saw a picture of her like a few days ago, and she looked like pretty good. Like she was sitting in a chair, looking good, looking healthy. I saw a couple of days ago he posted this cryptic message on Facebook that says, "Today I got to make the hardest decision of my life," and like there was no details. I didn't really know what he meant. And then today I see a picture of his daughter sitting on like a hospital bed, and she had to get one of her feet amputated because they found a tumor, I guess, down in her foot area. So they had to get it out. I guess he had to make the choice. So it was pretty heart-wrenching, man. Really great guy. The guy's an LGS owner I've known for many years. Like when I got back into TCGs, I just met this guy somehow. I think I was like looking for like a bunch of stores that were carrying some of the interesting indie games. And I just like hit it off with this guy and was like talking to him a ton on Discords and different things. Through Discord, we've collaborated to offer sorcery together. So it just hit home, and like I want to be able to do something. So we'll see. We'll see what Jimmy. I think you own this one, right, man? So we'll see if we could figure something out. Oh, that's interesting. I want to be able to do something for the guy. All right, let's get into some Gothic. Luchador. Yeah, I'm gonna think of some stuff like I could auction or something, or maybe we'll do. Maybe I'll just donate, like I say, an alpha or a sample pack. I think people would be interested in a sample break because then you could buy into it, donate all the proceeds. We could have like a nice, fun show, lift some spirits a bit, and help this family out. All right, Gothic, guys. The real deal. Oh, shit. Sticker. Ah. $36 evil packs. I haven't opened Gothic since release. So it'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, I got to think of like a price for the packs that makes sense. I was even thinking about auctioning a painting, maybe. You know what? Put that aside there. I got to think it through. I'm half size. Half size, Lewis. Hollow one. Damn. It's a wild artwork by Mikhail. The meat hook. Dude, it's been a while. Kwai Jibo picked that one up. It's been a while since oh, shit. The bloom. It's just an ordinary, but beautiful card. The Tri-Sites. Man, Kaio. Legend of a guy. All right, so I gotta set aside the hit cards for you. Hang on a second here. I went right past it. So I'm opening these up. A guy got a few of the Star City Games kits. Oh, you hit the unique Balor, the Balor of Evil. The Balor of the Evil Eye. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is let me sleeve up the foils. Huh. Yeah, man. It's some serious shit. He said she got to get like chemo for like a year. And I thought like that was just the end of it, but man, you have to make a decision like that. I mean, I told him today, I was like, if that cures it, then that's a blessing. In a way, I just hope that's the end of it, man. But pretty scary situation. All right, let's look at some cards here. 10-ton slug. So the guys from there's a band 10-ton slug. They were in the sorcery community group. Apparently, Eric reached out to him and said he was a fan of their band and their music, and he commissioned that card. And the cool thing is, Adam Burke did the album cover for the card. Oh, sick! The false idol. I actually have this original painting from Juan, so I'm gonna be offering that in some way. Yeah, so the cool guys in this band, man, they said like, hey, we heard we got a card in the set. Adam Burke did the album cover art, and Aranja Art did the card art for the game. I think did you say they had to go to Boston for the surgery? The guy lives up in Maine, but they've been having to go to some other hospital, I guess, to get like the level of treatment that's required. So I'm not sure. Like I was surprised. I'm not sure how this latest thing came up, but I guess it was spreading and it was like in the foot area. So, I mean, at least it was isolated to that area, I suppose. Oh. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's good?
I just saw you pop up backstage. I didn't even see I saw your text message saying you weren't sure. Let me get something here. I was opening some Gothic. Have you seen it yet?
No. Well, I've seen a couple of cards, but not the whole set by any means.
True. So True Parish. I should introduce you in case some people don't know. Some people are new to sorcery. This is True. It's one of the artists for the game. Lewis is in the chat too. He said he could just called you. He just called you his heartthrob.
Aw,
that's
heartthrob.
So I was showing him the blessed well.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, I was telling him like when I opened it up from the box, I thought it was like going to be like oil on canvas or something because it was like it feels like a canvas piece, but it's actually on board. Did you mount this to the back of like a flat board, or is this just how you bought the board?
Yeah, I get they're just called gesso boards. I usually get them from Ampersand.
Okay.
I used to make them. It just takes a long time and it's a lot of busy work, so I just buy them now. But I used to make my own boards. Yeah. That is it's just gesso on masonite, so it's like pretty easy. You just have to cut it to size if you make your own. But
I got you.
Yeah.
What? So like for Sorcery Con, hang on a second.
Oh, I see Wyvern in the back there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sick. That was awesome, man. It's big. It's freaking. Everyone loves a big dragon and a jack dude with a sword.
Oh yeah, man.
What is Let me pull down the overhead cam for a minute.
Sure.
What so for Sorcery Con? Why isn't it doing it? Hang on a second. I got to figure out how my computer works.
Oh,
there we go. What day are you coming in? Did you figure out like which days you're going to be able to do?
Yeah. So I'm just missing the last day, basically.
Oh, okay. Sunday?
Yeah.
You're going to leave Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Yeah. Saturday night. Yeah. Saturday afternoon, night. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So are you coming in Wednesday night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting in Wednesday, like around 7:30 or something, into the airport. So it'll probably be pretty late, but yeah, we'll definitely hang out. Friday night, I'm going to try to we'll see if we get together for dinner and then do like an after party. You didn't make it last time. Hopefully you and the girl up this time, man. You're like an old man.
No, Mike, I'm still young. Thank you.
Yeah, you got to stop by though. It was sick. We last time in Vegas we had this guy Henry. Did you meet Henry Cho in Vegas? Do you remember him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, everybody
I do
knows
remember.
Cho. Like he
Yep.
owns a Chick-fil-A
The
like on the Vegas
Chick-fil-A's, dude.
Strip. Yeah, so he brought in like Chick-fil-A. Like he picked me up at the airport. We went right to the liquor store and like loaded up the cart with like wine and liquor and stuff. And then we had like an after party a couple of nights, and a bunch of the artists stopped by. So we'll do that again at least Friday night, and then probably Saturday. Well, you'll be gone Saturday, but Friday night you got to come hang out. It'll be cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So this venue is like, I wonder if I won't pull it up, but there's like this venue is like a little different. There's like a main ballroom hall, and then there's like these side rooms, and we're gonna try to get them to keep the doors open, so we'll be all kind of like in the same area. So I think it'll be fairly similar to last time, where the artists are around the outside, like, and then the play tables are all in the middle.
Sweet.
So it'll be pretty sick. What did you figure out like what you're gonna bring to sell showcase?
For the most part, yeah. I want to bring Thin Ice, for sure.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
awesome.
probably Bless. I mean, I have them. Should I pull them out?
Yeah, sure.
That's what I should do. This one's easy to pull out. But Bless.
Oh, damn, that looks nice, man.
Yeah, it's on the same back that you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, that one's same size as Blessed Well.
But that is awesome. Nice looking piece.
Yeah. There's a funny story at the last Sorcery Con. I met Eric, right? Eric came through. And this is the only painting I'd finished for Gothic. And he came up to my table and he's like, I like that painting. And I was like, thanks, man. And then he just like kind of stared at me for a little bit. And then he's like, have you been practicing? And I was like, yeah, a little bit. Like I've been training and stuff and trying to get better at painting. He's like, it looks better. I was like, great. Thank you.
More refined. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So I'll have that one, and then Thin Ice. So, and I think Thin Ice is my favorite from the set.
Yeah, that one really stands out, and it's a really good card too. Like I've been watching some of the game player channels. They've been talking about like combos, because I guess they're like the pulls. I don't know, man. It has some kind of like pull effect that pulls you under.
Yeah, you know, CJ.
Yeah.
Christian. Yeah, he like won Baltimore and obviously, really good player. But he hit me up because he's running these monthly events, and he was telling me about how he plays Thin Ice and it just like wrecks. So he's figured out a little loophole to use with it. So.
Oh, sick. Yeah. I think he's coming to Sorcery Con. I'm pretty sure.
I think he is. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I saw him in Baltimore at one of the Star City Games events. That might be something. Have you attended one of those?
No.
SCG Con, it's called.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I was at the first Baltimore event and then the last Sorcery Con.
Yeah, the Courtesan Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this. It's this company called Star City Games, and they started as like an LGS, but the guy like expanded into doing event organizing. So he does like 11 of them every year. So they're like all over the country. It's more of like a regionalized one, but they draw out like several hundred people. They have Magic, Sorcery, several other games, So they bring artists out too. So it might be something to look into if you're trying to make some appearances.
Definitely.
Are you working on like the next set, or what's going on?
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm at liberty to say, but I got some.
People, I think you could say if you're doing it or not, like, because almost all the artists are. I think like almost every artist. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about timing or anything, but what's like some of those paintings behind you and stuff? Just personal works?
Yeah, these are some paintings I did in college. I recently was at my parents' house and I grabbed these two paintings. These are like some of my first oil paintings in college. Got my stranded dude on the beach. Yeah, my buddy posed for that one. And then I got this one that's just like guys on a raft, some sharks.
Yeah, I think I remember you showing me that.
And then this one and that one were just from my college thesis show about the War of the Roses. So there's like dudes fighting.
Yeah, that other one's got a Thin Ice vibe to it almost, where the guys
Oh,
sliding
yeah.
on some snow, reaching for the
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's pretty dope. I also brought my big fish home.
Oh, damn.
So I don't know if
That's
that one's been
massive.
seen very much, but you know about that. I've showed you that one before.
Yeah. I remember you telling me how big it was.
Yeah.
That's huge.
4 feet by 4 feet. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. Sweet, dude. You excited for the event? It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I don't get out much, so
what do you just like working all? Yeah, you must be busy as hell. Did you have like a full-time job, or you just work kind of like odd hours with the nature of the job you do?
I work at a gym, so I'm a gymnastics
Oh,
coach. It's Cat's gym actually.
oh,
So
okay.
it's like part-time. So I paint in the morning until like 3 usually, and then I coach, and then sometimes I, close up or clean or whatever they
Yeah.
need, but mostly coaching. Yeah.
So what kind of it's gymnastics you say?
Yes.
Like competitive, or is it just like
Mhm.
learning technique and
Yeah.
skills? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the
Your
head
girlfriend over there?
coach. Yeah. I'm the head coach. So I coach levels 7 through 9. So they're competitive. They're in the season right now. So I mean they're doing like double backs and release moves on
Yeah.
bars and like fairly high level skills. So it's like that type of
Okay.
thing. I have to like catch kids in the air and stuff. Whoop-ah. But
Did you do gymnastics in school or something?
I did gymnastics, yeah. Not
Oh,
I mean
okay.
I did it for the CU Boulder team. I don't know if that
Oh,
counts as school, but uh yeah, and I trained obviously before college, but
yeah.
yeah. My cat's going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you hear
Dude,
sheep in the background.
did you end up seeing my like video when you sent me that video clip for the card reveal?
I
I don't
don't
know if
think so.
did I send you the final compilation of it?
Oh, with the
Like
yeah.
the thank you sorcery thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm
Like, cause
glad you liked that. I
yeah,
was
that was
gonna not
your
keep
segment
some of
was
them.
like because I think I aired it as like a premiere, which is like a YouTube thing where you can watch it with people. It's not live, but like it's kind of airs live, so you can talk to people in the chat while they're seeing it for the first time.
Sure.
People are like
Okay.
cracking up and is like, dude, it's freaking awesome, you know?
Nice. Okay,
They're
that's
like, thank
good.
you, sorcery.
Hell yeah. That's good.
I was thinking about like making it as a separate like outtakes type thing at the end, but I'm not like super good at like video editing. I just do live stuff.
Sure.
So, but yeah, thanks for doing that, man. That was really cool.
Yeah, totally, totally. And then the picture, I've seen the picture of me like
Yeah.
like it's like my new profile picture
Oh,
for
really?
sorcery stuff or something. I've seen
Yeah.
it floating around a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
That's like a classic pick now, man. That was
yeah,
good because like everyone, all the artists have like different personalities. Some are more reserved, and then
sure,
some of
totally.
these new artists, like Eric found some like hardcore like gothic style artists, you know. And there's
Yeah.
this guy in Europe. His name's Emil Idzikowski. He's got like a real dark art style, and
Yeah.
in his painting, whenever he's holding the painting, he just looks like a serial killer. He looks like a badass.
Yeah, totally.
His work's really edgy and awesome. So,
Yeah, totally. No,
what's the chat
definitely. Yeah, working the personal brand for sure. Some of these guys.
saying?
Yeah, I like it though.
Lewis is asking if you know how to paint bugs. He's got his game. His game's doing pretty
Yeah.
well. He's several sets in.
That's sweet, man. I've been seeing that floating around too. I love that. That's awesome. The shard
Yeah.
bugs.
Yep.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, he's commissioned a bunch of artists.
That's
So
tight, man.
yeah, I'm glad you were able to pop in. Should we show the other one too? I got it over here. I didn't
Sure.
tell him you sent me a second painting, but I want to get
Yeah.
the story on that one because that's pretty sick. Let me grab another
Surprise second painting.
Yeah.
Nobody see the chat.
All right. The Pilgrim.
This guy says he does flips and other rad things. That's true. Shrine of the Pilgrim. I like that one.
Yeah. Well, do you remember what the description was for this one?
Yeah, so originally it was Shrine of the Traveler, and he
Okay.
didn't give me like what the shrine should look like. So I had a lot of like, I don't know, a bunch of different things. And then I found a creepy statue. Actually at a LuxCon at IX. There I was just walking around and there's these super creepy statues, and I was like, okay, that's the vibe that I want. It was at like some church somewhere. So I, found a reference for that, and then painted a big old forest and a black horse and a rider, and sent it. I forget, like, I don't think he told me the mechanism of the card on that one, but
okay.
Yeah, I had a bunch of like weird, unique shrines, and I ended up going with that one. That's the one he liked, and so
yeah, yeah, that posture is always awesome. I like that. It always works.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
nice piece. But yeah, I would agree. Like, it's cool you got like a few Atlas sites too, because those are always super popular and like useful in the game. Yeah. So those two are pretty solid. They have like that ward mechanic, which is like real powerful mechanic in the new set. But the Thin Ice is probably the best of the set of your portfolio.
Nice. Yeah, the other one that I liked was the Dave Vermees, the monster one. That one was pretty dope.
Maybe I gotta pull up your page here. What do you have, like 6 again? Was it roughly
6? Yeah.
Okay. Seems to be like a steady thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. You get like you've been part of like every one so far. Oh yeah, the Deep Vermees. Yeah, that was the one they like the first one they revealed from you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Trial by Fire. Like, yep. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that one's pretty detailed with all those like books and stuff on the shelf.
Yeah.
How did you explain that one? Did you have to do some research to figure out what that wormy looking thing is?
What I did. That? Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't give me a lot to go on initially. Sometimes he's just like, all right, here's this thing, go look it up and stuff. So then I give him a bunch of thumbnails. But that one, originally I had like a dude opening the book and like, getting his face attacked. And then he was like, okay, just do the thing that's attacking the face. So I just did that wormy guy. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it appears in the Cthulhu verse, right? The H.P. Lovecraft stuff. So that's why, I went with like tentacles and Cthulhu-y type vibe. But yeah, I mean, Dave Vermees, I guess, means the worm, and it's just this monster that comes out of the book and destroys things. So yeah.
It casts minion spells for 5. Interesting. It's a unique. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like when this is like a weird random thing, but I kind of like when artists paint like a painting within the painting.
Yeah.
like the background meta. There. Yeah, that's always like kind of cool effect. Like oh, that's like a fun idea. You could like introduce all kinds of different creative elements and stuff.
Yeah, totally. I enjoyed kind of making the kind of dark academia studio type vibe with like, I was like, okay, what should I put in this, and like a little globe and some creature skulls and the painting, obviously, and like can't really tell in the card, but in the actual painting there's like a desk and it's got like the green banker's lamp on it and like a bunch of documents and things. So
okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the full art on that one yet. But
yeah, I don't have that anymore. I can't show you.
Okay.
Unless I figured out how to screen share, but I don't know if I don't have to do that yet.
Oops. Zoomed out somehow. Nice, man. All right. Well, do you just get off work? Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna make it. I was like surprised. I just saw you popped up backstage. I was like, that's slick.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody that you might come on.
Oh, really? Hey,
yeah, everyone was just shocked.
Yeah, man. I was just at the gym, so closed up shop. I actually was a little bit later because I locked my keys in my car, so I had to figure that out. But then I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like 10 o'clock your time? You're in Colorado area?
Yeah, it's a little after 10. Yeah.
Are you a Broncos fan by any chance? Or are you not into football?
I don't watch a whole lot of football. Allie watches football, so I've been more into it this season.
Oh, okay. She a Broncos fan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's tough. I'm a Bills fan, so that game was pretty devastating for me.
Oh, but, no.
Yeah, it was even worse. The quarterback like broke his ankle and then gives the Patriots a free ride to the Super Bowl. Kind of pissed me off. But I was pulling for the Broncos big time in that game.
Oh, really? Like, that's good.
Gotta get 3 points, but the weather was awful.
Sucks. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the storm it's been like so nice. And the storm came in right in time to jack with the game.
Yeah, it was wild because the first half was okay, and then second half is over. Neither team could do anything. But that's how it is, like in that area, right? It's pretty volatile.
Sometimes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get into Indianapolis without too much trouble. Are you driving in? Is that drivable or are you flying?
No, we're flying, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess it'd be a bit far. All right, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you. I guess it'll probably be Thursday morning. Just hit me up. Let me know if you need any help setting up or whatever. Sweet, I don't have any plans. I'm not playing any events. I'm just hanging out.
Sweet, man. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Cool, dude. Yeah. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, I hope to see some of these guys in the chat.
A lot of people are coming. They're excited.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. See you in a couple weeks, man. Take care.
Yeah, you too, Mike. Peace out.
See ya. All right, guys. That was cool. Unexpected. Let me go to the how do I get the overhead back? Let's get back to some Gothic action. Let's look at some Gothic cards. I think I was like mid-pack. All right, hang on, I gotta switch this. I don't even know if we looked at this pack yet. Did I pull the foil out? Okay, so we got the Elite Cursed Iron. That one's freaking amazing in person. So I sold this one for Matthias. And dude, I also still have the Hounds from Matthias. So you guys need to check that out. Wait, that was only an ordinary? Wow. The Horrible Hybrids. Detonate, another Algae Bloom. Yeah, man, it was freaking awesome. My Bill's wound was I opened Noble right back up. Yeah, Matthias, like with these reds and blacks, the guy is Matthias is a really polished painter. Speaking of what, isn't that freaking hilarious? Like, true, it's like Eric walks up to him at the booth. He's like, just staring at his work. You've been practicing? What kind of backhanded compliment is that? You've been practicing? That's unbelievable, man. It's actually very believable and also unbelievable all at the same time. Ochoa. What about Ochoa? All right, so I think I convinced Druid to come to the Collector Arthouse Patreon after party. This is a freaking sick one. Thumb screws. The Collector Arthouse after party Friday night, featuring Truett Parrish and other friends. It's gonna be great. Eric, you've been practicing? Long pause. It's better. He probably did it totally stone face. He's like, you've been practicing? Yeah. It's better. He paused for like a full 60 seconds. Finally, it makes it into the set. That was the longest pause you guys have ever awkwardly experienced in your life. Straight eye contact. Nothing but eyes. It's better. Oh man, we gotta ask Mikkel what he thinks about that. I gotta get a what are you doing here? You have to run that by Mikkel. See if he handled that situation appropriately. Wait, that Pollock? That would make an awesome hoodie? Oh, the Flaming Skull? Oh, sick. That is a good call, dude. So, yeah, Pollock's asking me for advice, and I was like, dude, you do like 20 paintings per set. How much time you got for these shirts? You know what's funny? I got to see if they have a limit, because Dustin Brossard sent me like 30. Oh, this is highly likely to be on the list, guys. Highly likely. Imagine rocking that guy on your chest. What are the odds, Dano? God, falling asleep here. Oh, God. Why do you F with me like this? I wanted this painting so bad. So bad. And one of the guys in Patreon who's going to be, oh God, I want this painting. Give it to me. One of the guys that's going to be at Sorcery Con bought it. Bought it right out from under me. Oh, look at that, Dan. It's almost a Curio. Almost. Screamer would be awesome. Can someone actually acknowledge that Mazouj Ifrit is a homage to Juzam de Jin? I mean, we could straight up ask Eric. We could straight up ask him. And we should. Why wouldn't we? Someone DM him right now. Go ahead and DM him, Joe. Go ahead and DM the guy right now. Oh, that's a sick painting. The Hillside Chapel. Smite. Wizard. 12:24. 12:24 in the evening. Yeah, so we got Truitt's Pilgrim Shrine and Blessed Well. The Blessed Well, man. That's the one we're going to do first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the Pilgrim Shrine the week of Sorcery Con. And it'll end that Sunday night. So we'll do that one Sunday to Sunday that time for a full week. And then Truitt, people are interested. Truitt can tell people he's got it up for auction if they want to go bid. Oh, man. The Malleus Maleficarum. Maleficarum. A unique document of hammering witches. Oh, on hammering witches. Seagrave, man. Damn it. I want that. I want that. Gift of the Raven. Wow. It's a pretty good set of cards, guys. It is a pretty good set of cards. Mazouj. Yeah. It is spelled backwards, yep. Mikhail Negipal. Ah, that one's around a long time. Finally made it in. Did I put all the elites aside or did I mess this up? It's pretty impressive that Lewis summoned Truitt like that. we had the South American man, and then all of a sudden, Truitt emerges. Oh God, the Harvest Festival. Well, you got to toy with me like that. It's because the Thin Ice, of course. It's because it's an exceptional classic Liz Danforth, man. Sawbones. Oh, another Truitt. We get all the Truitt cards. Silent Hills. Oh, yeah, my bad. Falling asleep on the job again. Oh, Bless. So we're gonna see the Bless. That is a nice painting. We're gonna see the Bless original painting at I think he said he's gonna bring it to Sorcery Con. What do you guys think is a Curio? What are you talking about? Is a Curio? Endless Fence. Hey, Brian, I need you to paint an endless fence. Oh, okay. That's how that art direction went down. Oh. Are you good? No, not really. Okay. Bye. It's probably how it went down, guys. Probably just like that. It's like almost like I was there. Check my Discord DM. What kind of shenanigans are you guys up to? You sending me do you send me a picture to the gym? The gym. Oh, the eye, yeah. All right, fine. You want me to show the eye? No. So I had a long discussion here with We do not believe this is a curio. And Ed Bear Jr. on the Sorcery Community Facebook group laid out some interesting observations. Oh, God, Boulevard of Bones. Boulevard of Bones. I love that artwork. It's so good. Damn it. I need that in my life. Oh, what the? What? What? Barging? Barguest? God. Zondi? Zondi. God. So good. So good at art. Yeah, that detonate, there's reasons why that would not be a curio. Do you guys want me to show you the reasons? I mean, I could. Or I could just continue to open cards on this oddly small screen. Could do both things. At least I'm having fun. You guys can't see what's going on, but at least I'm having fun. Yes, tell us. All right, fine. Fine. Good. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. Oh, getting to my... Oh, God. Bearish. Sick. All right, hang on. People are posting about bearish. All right, so we need to look up... Let's look up Curio. I'll do a search for Curio. Curio Cavern. We had Tom on tonight. There's me and Tom being a couple of Chads in a store. Couple of Chads in a store. Where's that eyeball? Where is that eyeball? Did I pass it, guys? Did I pass it? I'm hearing that the eye could be a nod to the game Cult. They use an eye to denote threshold. Oh, what did it look like? Oh, God. I need to sleep or something. Kind of cold, too. It's getting cold in here. It's going to get real cold this weekend. All right, hang on. Oh, God. Freaking mangled my absolutely mangled my finger. All right, man. All right, hang on a second. Where is it's embarrassing. I did look up Detonate. The thing is, I can't remember what did I actually say in the post. Post from you. All right, this will help narrow it down. The problem is I post like 1,000 times a day. That's why people block me. They're like, it's just too much. It's too much, Mike. Try the word theory. Look at all Tom's stores, man. Tom Haid, Curio Cavern. There it is. Theory. All right. This is it, guys. I found it. So you can't have too much. All right. So color bleed, print error. All right. So I said Ed Bear Jr. Color bleed, print error, or curio. And then he responded. Well, actually, this guy said, why do you always ask Ed? He's an artist, not a guy who works for the company that prints cards. No hate, just curious. And I said, because he has decades of experience manufacturing merchandise, including all kinds of printing, including cards. He is an expert in the field. Ah, gotcha. All right, so Ed said speech to text, so you get a short story, like an Edgar Allan Poe level short story, 16 pages or less. Says Mike Servati. Well, from my experience working on offset press, making plates, now direct to plate engraving, it could be an imperfection on the magenta plate that just happens to be precisely located on that letter O. If it was something that was on the magenta plate, such as lint or other material, it could wind up staying on there the entire print run or falls off anytime. The pressman should have caught stuff easily. Like this, it's pretty obvious and it looks very precise, fine magenta lines. As to whether it is deliberate or not, I have no idea what Eric does and if they're ever manipulated the fonts before. If the idea is to be rare with curios, then what's happening here is not curio. The question is there any part of the print run that this does not happen? And is it consistent through the entire print run and the thousands of boxes that were produced? Does anyone have a card that this pink lint looking line work does not exist on? So I guess it comes down to something like this. Is a deliberate, intentional thing just to modify font? Or was this just some imperfection in lint cluster that happened to land on the magenta plate and no one caught it? A true mystery. Personally, I think it's pretty cool regardless. It is quite unusual for inclusions or some kind of material to only be stuck to a plate in this exact precise location and not bleed to be on the letter. Of course, it is rather difficult to see that when you have an already red background, but those lines are pretty precise. Someone needs to check it with magnification, usually 5 or 10 times magnification. It's pretty standard for checking the dot when doing proofing and press check so you can see the dot. Speech to text, guys. It's a nightmare. There's no punctuation. It just goes on and on. Someone will be able to check whether those lines / dot. I wonder if he said slash as he was doing the speech to text. Someone will be able to check whether those lines / dot extend beyond that letter that will confirm for everybody that it was not intentional. That guy prints. That guy prints. Oh, man, that's hilarious. That guy does print. That guy prints. That is a brilliant comment, man. The comedic genius of that comment is on another level that other mortals cannot even comprehend. All right. We got more packs to open here, boys. Why are we on split screen? Who would do that? Who would do that? I was in large-scale print media for years. So what do you think, Robertos? What do you think? Is it a curio? Or is it not a curio? Because I'll tell you what, guys. It's either a curio or it's not a curio. That much, I guarantee. You have an electric magnifier? It's interesting. Bless. No one says curios have to be super rare. Guys, I think what I'm going to do next week is I'll have Edbeard Jr. on for as long as he wants to be. And then what I think I'll do is open a bunch of... Ooh, there's a painting right there, guys. There is a painting called Homecoming. And then what I think I'll do is open more Gothic. Because why? Because I can. Whichever team scores more points in the Super Bowl will win. Man, that's deep. That is deep. Oh, God, Enduring Faith. What a freaking card. Peace Offering. Heidi. Incredible. Oh, look at that. The Blessed Well. We just saw the painting for that. Got paintings all around me. Surrounded. I am surrounded. It's frustrating because EC won't acknowledge them at all. So it's whatever the community make it. Yeah, I know, man. It's kind of weird at this point. Just need some answers. Just need some answers at some point. Like, why not just... I don't know, man. Is it cool to just shut up forever? Or should they wait for the next set to come out and then just tell us? Maybe like, oh, look, the Wendigo, as seen in Severin's artist proof up this weekend. I got to tell you guys. Got to tell you. Just kidding. I actually got nothing to say. It's a setup. I said I got to tell you, and then I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't even try to have something either. The plan all along was to have nothing. Tell you what I could use as a protein bar. Oh, shit. The Corruptor. 4th card in, so it's got to be a leader unique. What we have here are some Gothic cards. I could see it as a homage, but I think Curios are rare by default. So you're saying, like, we're seeing too many of them? Roberto's? I tend to agree with you on that one, dude. I think it's The Lord of Fear by Emil. Man, Emil, sick. Sick artist. Oh! Mortal Soil. Mikhail. Killing it. Literally killing it. Literally killing it. Look at this. Have you seen that soil? That is sick. Oh, God. Someone's got a cosplay. Someone's got a cosplay of this. Someone's got a cosplay of that. I need a cosplay. Oh, shit. I need a cosplay of those bag of bones. Dan, let's start working up a list. Let's get that list going. Like Con Air, you know? Just like Con Air. You got the list. Scratching off the names with lipstick. Ooh, Power Wish. I need a t-shirt of this guy. Absolute Chad of Chads. Taking matters into his own hands. The power. I think I need Asmodeus too. Asmo. So once Kevmo killed Sorcery, should he or should he have not changed his name to Asmo? I don't know. I mean, I think there's an argument for it. It could easily be a print plate error too, but I doubt that would make it through press check. Dude, that Nagy Paul frog token would also be a banger on a black hoodie. Oh yeah, I gotta talk. Oh god, look, the Mortal Soil. I gotta talk to Mikhail about if he wants to do this t-shirt thing. The Angry Mob. The Angry Mob will print Mo. Print No. We gotta change his name to Print No. Son of a bitch, that guy. I think he's gonna be. Is he gonna be at Sorcery Con? Does anybody know if Kevmo is gonna be at Sorcery Con? Figure 8. So Eric kept that painting. It's a Black Lotus homage, but only an exceptional. It's an interesting card. Maybe it's underrated. Maybe people are overlooking Invigorate. I don't know. I'm gonna probably gonna buy it out. Any chance TGM will offer escrow services? I did see that, Roberto's, and I gotta say I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by escrow services? Are you saying like middleman? Like you make a purchase, someone pays me, for example, or one of the moderators, we hold the money, and then we release the money once the item is received? Is that what you're talking about there, Roberto's? I mean, I do middleman. I have done middleman service for people many times. And what I do is I charge, it's kind of like a consignment fee. Yeah. What I do is like they mail me the product and the person pays me. I then receive the item, card, painting, whatever it may be. I send it to the buyer. Once the buyer receives it, I release the funds to the seller. And in exchange for those logistics and the risk of shipping things, usually very high value items to folks, there's a fee, few percent, like maybe like 5% for each party, as opposed to like if you sold on TCG Player would charge you like what is it, 12 to 15% or something like that. So if you do a 5% to either party, usually people are plenty happy with that for the assurance of no scammy foul play. So I'm happy to do that for whoever, and I have done that many times. Just let me know. Especially for like Patreon supporters and stuff too. I always try to help out where I can. Innsmouth Doc. How did I miss the card title of Innsmouth? What the fuck? Who titles these cards? Innsmouth? What? What? Innsmouth Doc? Try to say that. Innsmouth Doc. Innsmouth Doc. Innsmouth Doc. Dude, we were getting straight trolled with this. That is just straight up trolling. Has no one figured that out yet? Of course it's Lovecraftian. Trying to out-nerd me? Innsmouth. Doc. Oh, shit. Virgin and Prayer. Wow. That is nice. That is a nice foil treatment because it's subtle. It's the essence of her hands. Interesting. Little framing and the eyes. Beautiful. Beautiful card, man. Ordinary foil. That is a nice one. Oh, perfect amount of sleeves. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I'm opening. I bought some SCG kits for a guy in Europe, Dan. So I'm kind of like middlemaning this for him. I'm going to be shipping him off all the elites and uniques, all the foils and all the elites and uniques. So they're not my cards in this particular case. All right, so we did get one elite. All right, we had an elite, ordinary, exceptional, exceptional, ordinary, exceptional, exceptional, ordinary. All right, so it's actually fairly balanced. Of course, it wasn't. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, it was. Four exceptionals, 3 ordinaries, and an elite. Not bad. Not bad. Not the bad. And not the bad. Hey, guys. I'm going to sleeve up this elite. All right, and then okay. Did I get the packs? Let me make sure I got all the. So many cards we got here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. There's one missing. There's one missing in that massive pile. Big pile. It's 2 big piles. It's 2 big piles. And I gotta go hunting for number 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Go to the effing piles to find the elite or unique that I missed. I don't want to. All these cards. So many cards. God. Ordinaries. Look at all these cards, guys. It's a bunch of bulk. This guy sends me. So I told you I'm middlemanning these SCG. I'm sending this guy in Europe the SCG, the cards from SCG. In exchange, like I got to do all these openings on the channel. Great content. Appreciate it. Is it the Persecutor? So I get a DM from a guy in my Patreon. I think he's still in my Patreon. He just DMs me one day and he's like, "Hey Mike, we'll get a screenshot." And it says that he's going to send me 60 pounds of bulk. And I was like, dude, I got a lot of haters, man. You got to like hit me up first before you start spraying my address all over the internet. 80% of the community hopes I don't wake up tomorrow. So I'm not even mad about the 60 pounds. I'll just slap on a deadlift belt or something and probably walk here and walk like 10 miles to UPS. No problem. No problem about that. I just don't want to feed the haters. I don't want them to find me. Because still got a few things to do. A few things to do. It's not a single... Guys, the Harbinger's an exceptional? Oh, Persecutor exceptional? He sees what I'm doing. Yeah, what is the Corruptor? It's got to be an elite or unique, right? I'm going to end up with all this gothic bulk. Because he said just keep the bulk. He said just send me the elites and uniques. So yeah, I guess I do own a bunch of bulk as part of the deal. I never really gave that any thought, Noble. It's probably the most amount of sorcery cards I own. Although, this guy, I bought like a bunch of alpha cases from him. And he just gave me like 2 cases full of bulk. Alpha bulk. I went through one of them thinking like a dummy I might find some curios, and I did not. So he gutted them. But the other box I've never gone through. I don't know if I ever will too, because let's say I even find a curio. All right, it would be good to find it. It would be good. I can't deny it. I guess I don't know. Maybe I would just wait till a kid gets old enough to do it. One of these kids gotta be able to handle it. I don't know, guys. Maybe there just wasn't enough elites or uniques in this. I mean, I've been staring at these freaking cards. Can you imagine being a single seller? You got to deal with this nonsense. You'll be like sorting cards, reading things, thinking, doing all this thinking. It's terrible. It's terrible. Oh, Homecoming is an elite. Of course. Well, thank God for that. All right, guys. So what is Corruptor? Corruptor Elite? Okay, Corruptor Elite. So how many uniques should we expect in a box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 uniques? That sounds about right, right? All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foils. And an elite foil. 5 to 9. All right, guys. Well, oh, shit, we went 3.5 hours. I was only going to do 3. Really only wanted to do 3. I had no fun for the past 23 minutes. It's the past 23 minutes were absolute hell. And then I had to search for an elite or a unique, eliminating years from the tail end of my lifespan for no benefit whatsoever. Everyone hated it. Everybody. So I showed some of the playtest cards, and they're going to be coming up probably every weekend. I'll do like a real high-end one. Maybe throughout the week I'll offer something interesting, like middle tier. Maybe something, I don't know. Maybe I'll mix it up and I'll do like We do an auction every day. Collector Arthouse Discord, Sorcery Contest Realm community group, and Trusted Games Marketplace. I'm starting to do now the playtest cards and original paintings, and some high-end artist proofs like that are weekend features. So I think every weekend I'll probably do a high-end artist proof, like these 7 ones. Really amazing high-end cards, amazing, beautiful paintings with sketch, and the play like a high-end playtest card. But then throughout the week, I'll do artist proofs, alters, or playtest cards. So it'll be action every freaking day of the week. Every day of the week, we enjoy some new, original, old S tier, Grail tier, early era playtest sorcery, or unique art, alters, or unique. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. I have nothing else to say. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Take care. See you in a couple weeks at SorceryCon. Please come, say hello. Let's have a great time. Can't wait to see you there. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.